What? 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 Anytime you want, then, Chocks. What? Oh dear. What? 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 Can you hear me? What? 3 minutes late? Come on, guys. It's not that bad. It's not bad. Just waiting on Choggles. That's how we do it, guys. Fashionably late, fashionably late. That's how we do it. Unlucky. Alright then. I don't see anything that you can crack open there.
I want to drink this. I don't want to go to waste.
Alright then. We're going to do it then. We're going to start recording.
This is what...
Don't open it. It's going to go all over your bloody... Go on in. Yeah, very much so. Boom! What is up, guys? This is Alex with Versa Figures.
Hey there, everyone. This is Chockles.
Welcome to Friday Q&A with Chocks and a 115. Of course, it is mini Aku Mask Reservation stream today. How you guys doing? Let me know what you've been up to for the last week. Whilst you're doing that, I'm just going to reset this to 12 p.m. and that should kick in there. Mini Aku Mask details. Why say 13 hours? That's not right. To 12. Why 12 p.m.? Oh, I know.
12 p.m.
I get it. I should say 12 a.m. Of course, it's 12 a.m. 12 a.m. There you go. Mini Aku Mask details. How do I do this bit over here? We like to keep it profesh. Of course.
It's a public holiday, so we can have a bit of fun.
Right? Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Let me just add that. There you go. Keep it profesh.
Profesh.
Alright, let's get those comments in. What have you guys been up to? It is probably quite a lot of few people here, Chocks. They're on holiday in the US as well, so
really?
mainly, yeah, it's
What
Good
holiday?
Friday, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
So you would think that actually a lot of people who haven't had a chance to join one of our streams before is now on it for the first time. Or possibly they haven't had a chance to go on the stream in a while, and they can now.
Do let us know, guys, in the stream.
Wow.
When's the last time you watched a stream? Which episode?
Right. Okay. Which riveting episode did you last watch? What's going on, Lissandra? Hey, David. Yes, you'll absolutely be able to order the mini Akus tonight. What's going on, Johnson? Jasmine, yes, tonight reservations will be open. John Sam knows what's up. 114 for him.
114.
Yeah, baby.
Make sure to come back in 117.
Because that is... It's not validation.
No, it's not.
What's happening on 117?
Just random.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite cool if we had something and we announced it at that episode.
Indeed. What's going on, Jasmine? Holiday in Denmark. I like it. Fally 1989. What's going on? Brendan Dando, 4-finger discount. If you are a fan of The Simpsons, go and check out 4-finger discount. They do a great podcast. That is Brendan Dando. Go check it out. Let us know in the comments, Brendan, where to find 4-finger discount on The Simpsons. If you're a fan of that, go check out their podcast. They chat about all of that. And he's been the inspiration of some of the talks about us actually doing a podcast. Let us know in the comments if you'd be interested in hearing an FRF podcast, chatting about this, chatting about that, you know.
Yeah. All we have to do is just turn off the mic.
You mean the camera, I hope. Otherwise, it's going to be a really boring podcast. Nice. Happy Easter to Adam James Meredith.
Happy Easter.
Yvonne Horrocks knows what's up. 114. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support.
Last episode.
What, the last episode?
Last episode.
What's going on, James? How has everyone's week been, though? I'm still not hearing it. I want to know, has it been a good one? Have you... Any good news? Any bad news? Anything you want to get off your chest?
Yeah.
Liam wants to hear a podcast about snacks.
That'd be quite interesting. It's like imagine close your eyes, guys, and just what is in my mouth?
That's like a new version of what that. Bradley trying to be king. Nice one. Go if you like to check out anything about The Simpsons. Go and check out. Brendan's just giving
More
you
than
a
just
link
Simpsons,
on that.
right, Brandon? Do let us know what else you talk about. You talk about pop culture and stuff like that, right?
Right. Nana say in the house, mate. What are you doing on Facebook? Get your ass to where you police, and that of course is Twitch. Speaking of which,
He's on Twitch.
yeah, he should be on Twitch. Especially if I'm gonna start doing a bit of Sekiro violence on there. We'll talk about that a bit later on. The sun is shining. The weather is sweet, yo, in the UK. Though
Yeah.
the weather here has
That's a
been
change.
absolutely disgusting.
Today.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's been really
Today and yesterday, absolutely disgusting.
It's been flooding again in my place.
How's it?
Yeah.
Is that your uncle?
So pissed off. Yeah.
Is your uncle? Yeah. You still not sorted this thing out yet?
He sorted it out, but it's even worse than it was before. And I predicted it's going to be worse.
Did you create the
It's like
islands?
It's like this big, massive, like slant that goes down.
Tell me you
towards-
got some islands to jump on in between the puddles.
No, no islands.
So you got like wet feet.
I have my own like swimming pool now.
I like it.
Sorry guys, yes, I'm really hungry, so I'm going to do this whilst I'm having my sponsor me Mackie D's.
Absolutely. What's
Oh,
up,
wow.
Vincent?
Elaine's got a new job. Offered a new job and long bank holiday weekend. It's a good day. Sweet. Where are you working
Nice. What were you offered,
at?
and what were you doing before? And are you currently not doing anything right now?
What did you ask for? Did you get what you asked for?
Right.
Did you get more than what you asked for?
Right. Chris Harrington has to go back to work next week after 2 months of paternity leave. Interesting. In Hong Kong, paternity leave is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, of which most men do not actually take it. And we've just had, congratulations to Sonny, who is our shipping guru. He's just become a father for the first time, so congrats to him and his missus, and he's on his paternity leave. Although I'm trying to think about it, does it suck to be him because it's over, like...
Is that news?
Is that not news?
Technically, I don't know.
Well, you're on holiday, weren't you?
Technically, he doesn't. I don't think he has mentioned it.
That's fine, because everybody else knows. As long as they keep it quiet, it's all on DL.
Okay. Okay.
Johnson wants to know what you're eating. A filet o fish, I believe.
Cold one.
Right. I gave it to you. It was piping, mate.
Yeah, and then
New studio. We're going to get a microwave in there.
are we a microwave at the news studio?
Yeah, obviously.
Not here.
No, let's see what space we've got, then we can worry about that. How about that? They just changed our policy. It was 0 days. Interesting. Is that 2 months paid paternity leave? Surely not.
What?
That would be nice. Look at the wrappers for the burgers at McDonald's in Hong Kong. What is it normally like? Is it not... Is that not what it's like? Oh, Cassie B. Is that right? I didn't realise. I thought... Well, there is a Hong Kong ordinance of employees is what you're supposed to do it like that. In Canada, you get a year maternity.
I'm talking about male or female.
No, maternity leave.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll be paternity leave.
Yeah.
In the UK, I believe it's 6 months and then 6 months paid and then 6 months not paid.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Is that right? I'm not sure. Elaine says, I was a business test analyst. My new job is a quality assurance analyst.
Wow.
I have my own team around me now. Nice, but you must
You
obviously...
must be paid well.
You must be telling those people that if they join your team, that they got to tell us, they got to go to the club, they got to vote on all the Sonic related polls and say yes, otherwise they gotta go. They can't join your team. That's what you got to be saying there, Elaine. Abuse of power in the best way. That's what you should be doing. Jared got 12 weeks off when I had my kids. When Kanako had Harvey, she got, I think, 3 hours off. And I was like, she still had the lump, the bump of the tummy, and she could put the laptop on there when she was just given birth and be like, right, answer the emails. Back then we didn't have any other CS apart from her.
What's her first email like? I mean, like who's the first person she replied?
Right, that's a good point. Yeah, I should look it up. Anybody's got an email from CS on the 2nd of June 2010. Let us know if it's all garbage or not.
Oh no.
Jasmine says, in Denmark you get 1.5 years and expanded to 2 years. School's free, hospital's free, education is free. But I'm assuming the income tax is yowzers. There's always got to be somewhere that it gets to be paid.
Where is it? Where is it that has the best education? Is it Switzerland?
Hong Kong, mate.
No, is it Switzerland?
Hong Kong, mate.
Something about like it's free. And then there was a documentary saying they could take it, they could carry on further education or not, depending on.
Oh right.
Where was it? Sweden, isn't it? Or Switzerland?
Certainly not Switzerland. That place is expensive. Free secondary education. So it's all how do I say it? I think Hong Kong's got the most amazing system, to be honest with you. Money's got to come from somewhere, and for Hong Kong it comes from property prices. It's the most expensive in the world, bar none, for property pricing. So when someone asks me, hey, let's see your collection, I'm like, yeah, maybe not, because we have no space for it. But the pricing, I think it was something, don't quote me on this, but something like 70%, maybe more, of all government income comes from property tax and stamp duty and all this sort of stuff. And as a foreigner buying a property in Hong Kong, you're slapped with a 15% additional stamp duty. It's crazy, right? But that is used to fund a fantastic education system, free, really good free healthcare. The income tax is really, really, really low for a country like this. This sort of comparable countries. Really, really low. And there is no VAT, so there's no sales tax, there's no import duty, there's no, and the corporation tax is pretty decent as well. So Hong Kong is really amazing for a lot of things, but of course the money's got to come from somewhere, and it comes from the property prices. And as a result, the lifestyle that you live, 90% of Hong Kongians live in apartments, square foot apartments of no more than 600 to 700 square foot. So it's got to come from somewhere. Pepper Lemon, that's a great question. I do have some updates on the Crystal Dragon, but that is part of the week in review. I'll go through all of that. Nana said wanted to go to boarding school, but my parents wouldn't let me. What, Hogwarts, mate?
I think the people here locally will think the education differently over here.
The Hong Kong system is...
It's all screwed up.
It's screwed up in the way that it puts crazy amount of pressure on the kids, but in turn it means that internationally, Hong Kong's standard of education is right up there at the top.
There's a program on local TV, like it's a famous chat show, where the contestants, there's just two presenters, a male and a female. Right. And then the guests that come on, they have to wear a helmet, a bike helmet, because they don't want to show their faces on screen. Right. And then they start, depending on the topic of the week, so that's education, right? Mm-hmm. And then that person could be a teacher, person could be like part of the education board or whatever it is. They'll come onto the show and they start talking all the dirty things that goes behind, like the principals you know, if they're trying to sack the staff, they have to come up with some like really dirty tricks to like force them to teach topics that they're not
good at, therefore perform badly and therefore get fired.
Right, and then like the principal boards and all the family boards, they all know each other, and it's kind of like it's all about favoritism.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But if you compare it to the Hong Kong system's so bonkers where if your kids aren't in school by the age of 2, that's when education starts, and we're not talking about a little bit, we're talking like full-on education.
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, it's like when you're 5.
They can't play Mozart by the time they.
Holy shit! I said to you, I've being a half Asian dad, Elizabeth wanted to do some piano playing, so she did a piano playing recital, and what happens is she's been practicing whatever, and then there's like 50 kids, so they all go into this place and they do the recital and they all get judged and all this sort of stuff. It's all very.
I think good question
similar.
to ask is good question to ask from other parents is say, how many extracurricular activities are your kids having?
Right. For sure. When I went into that recital place, Elizabeth like busted her stuff for like making like mistakes or whatever, but she's only 4.
Yeah.
I say she's only 4. Then this other kid gets in there, 4 years old, busts out like sonatas by Mozart, Beethoven, Liszt, all this sort of things. And I'm just like going, hell, I'll pay for this. I'll pay for this. And he's like only 4. What are you going to do about it, Asian? What are you going to do about it?
Love to see where he goes in life.
Randy, the Hong Kong government is nothing to do with the China government. They're completely separate.
Why does everyone keep mixing them both together? There's that kind of perception now. It's like Hong Kong is okay. It's been handed over to China and then done. It's forever It's forever China now.
Mao Zedong, ho.
Yeah.
See, there you go. It works.
Brainwashed.
Absolutely. So it's definitely an interesting place, and Johnson says we're like a window into Hong Kong and China. We're very fortunate to spend a lot of time in both places, and of course growing up in the UK and growing up overseas, like Philippines and Egypt and all these different places. So I was quite fortunate to sort of see how it all sort of intermingles and what have you.
Yeah, 700 square foot is quite a huge amount still for Hong Kongians. 700
square foot apartment for a family of 3 to 4 is not a big apartment.
More. I'm saying usually it's much smaller.
Yeah, 700 would be pretty decent, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's like a luxury for a lot of families.
Which 2019 release are you most excited for? For the release of the podcast, of course. If you're talking about our products, of course I would say something that we haven't announced yet.
Can we release it in 2019? That's a question.
What is up, Brenton Freedy? How you doing?
Hey, Nadia.
Hey, Nadia, how's it going? In the UK, you start school at 5, but you have optional play groups and stuff from age of 3. Yeah, but the play groups is bullshit. That's just like
it's
playing.
Just like, there's another human over there.
Yeah, right. Oh, look. Oh, let's sing some la la la. Elizabeth is currently going to school. She leaves at 8 and comes back at 4, and she's having hardcore lessons. Hardcore lessons and structured lessons from that age, and she's been doing that since she was 2. How on earth is the UK going to compete with something like that when the problem about the Hong Kongian system is that you're forced to do that, because if you don't do that, you'll be left behind. It's the fear of being left behind. But there is of course a difference as well, where in the UK classes are much smaller and it allows for you to be in the Hong Kong. I would say in the education system in the UK, it's much more allow you to sort of think a little bit more freely. You got to come up with there's no like right or wrong answer in the way, for example, a lot of dissertations or essays, that kind of style of teaching where you got to sort of come up with that. Whereas because of the numbers of people, certainly in China, certainly in I would say less so in Hong Kong, but certainly in China, it's a numbers thing because there's so many people. How can a teacher of a class of 50 sit there and read 50 essays to mark them? She can't. he or she can't. So therefore, it's done much more in a kind of like yes, no, kind of this is the right answer, this is the wrong answer, almost like a checklist kind of thing. So unfortunately, that's also a bad situation. But of course, you deal with the cards that you're dealt with.
That's why I don't have time to play figures.
Right. Hey Chris, I spent 3 years in Metro Manila, Makati, baby. Sean is looking forward to the Oh My pre-orders chocks. I showed you what I was looking at that stuff today, and that was looking good.
Yeah.
What are you reading there, chocks? Because that's not a typical thing that you get in America.
No, they call it what?
GQB or something like that, was it?
GCB.
GCB. What does that sound for?
Grand chicken bun?
Burger?
I don't know. It's not great. It's not grand.
It's not great.
I don't know what GCB stands for. Something chicken burger. Grilled?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah, because they're not gonna like try and like toot their own horn and go, "This is great," are they? Or it's grand when it's like not, right? So they say what it is. What do you prefer, that or the fillet?
Fillet.
Yeah, you know you've had that before though.
The fish. I've had this before, yeah. It was cheap, innit? Like
What,
$25 for that.
Is that a promotion or something? Yeah.
Yeah, promotion, yeah.
What did you do in the Philippines? I was educated. I was only 11. 11 to 14, discover puberty, running around. Actually, what I was doing, I was sneaking off. I was sneaking into my dad's room, right? I was nicking pesos. I was nicking some pesos, which is the currency there, right? And I would nick them, and then I would go down to the local Shumat Mega Mall, which is the typical kind of mall it's like Shumat Mega Mall, Shumat City, all these sort of things. And there was this amazing arcade where they had this really, really fake Street Fighter 2. I talked about this before, right? Street Fighter 2 arcade game. This is back in 91 to 94. And it was just after Mount Pinatubo eruption. And I went there, and what you would do is like, you do a Shoryuken, right? And then like 5 Hadoukens would come out at the same time. And then if you could do like, probably 20 to 30 sonic booms on the screen at the same time. You would literally go sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom in like slow ones, and they would just sort of like, because you do it at the beginning, then you jump up a little bit, you do another one, jump up a little again, and you do that, and you have like a row of 3. But there was nothing that you could do to beat Zangief. He was the best. So what you do is you jump in the air, you push the 3 punch buttons, and you do the spin. And then before you started falling down, you could jump up again, and then do the spin. So once you've done that, you can get to the point where you clear the screen. You clear one screen, and then you appear on the bottom. When you appear on the bottom, all that, like, 1,000 fucking Hadoukens and 1,000 Sonic Booms couldn't do shit. Because you've gone up a level. So as you then come up underneath, you can then go up to the person and sort of spin next to them. And then once you're there, the spinning won't touch them. Of course, then you would do the grab, and then...
Yeah, you do the power driver.
Yeah, and the thing would be, like... Take them out by going up like 10 levels on the screen, and then grab it, and then you see them.
You come straight back down just before the counter ends, and you just finish them off with that one move. But the thing is, and yeah, I played that game, but the thing is, you end up finishing that game much quicker than you would normally do on the normal, legit version. You just want to play it for the kicks.
But for me, growing up, that was Street Fighter. So when I actually went to someone's house with a SNES, right? I was like, come on, let's go. I'm like, the fuck is this shit? It's like Hadouken. I'm like, where the fuck is the other one?
So if we ever to do a Rio, the exclusive would come with like 5 fireballs.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know that's for shoresies. Hey Jasmine, when will we see Mini Aku on live today? Well, you can actually see there 1 hour and 33 minutes, which actually implies chocks we've been thinking about for half an hour. So based on that, can we kick off with the notices and then we can go into the rest of it?
Alright.
Seeing as you at least down 1 fillet.
So everyone's ready?
Alright.
Oh my god, alright, so... Right, notices for this week. As you know, the Mini Aku masks are launching tonight, so after 1 hour and 32 minutes, once the stream ends, the pre-order reservation will start. And then we'll show everything, the videos, documentaries, the pricings and all that stuff tonight as well. Don't worry guys, there's no need to rush. You have a whole week to pre-order it, digest all the information, pass it to your friends, enjoy your bank holiday weekend, come back and pre-order it, and then get yourself ready for the validation next Friday, alright? And we'll send out emails and all that lovely stuff to remind you guys that the validation is next Friday.
Lovely jubbly.
Okay. Right, Mario and Yoshi pre-orders. That is supposed to last until today. So, over the weekend, next week, most likely next week, if we don't hit those numbers, the 1,000 edition size, the pre-orders will remain open. Okay, guys? Sonic Boom 8 from our friends at G&F Toys. The volume 3, combo 3. Pre-orders are open until the 3rd of May. So, not much long to go, guys. So, get your pre-orders in if you're a Sonic fan. The next one in the series is looking very great, guys. So,
it's an exciting night.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
There's a lot of Sonic merchandise coming for if you're a fan of Sonic stuff. Don't go anywhere this year.
Okay, so Torch, the ring, and the t-shirts. Pre-orders are open until the 9th of May, so a couple more weeks left on that. Alright, other pre-orders that are still open on our website. The Solid Snake SDs, and Meta Ridley, Dark Souls Mimic, Shovel Knight Player 2, Phoenix Wright, Alphonse, Psycho Mantis, Warpstar Kirby, and Guts. And just to confirm, guys, that the Spiral PVC is on waitlist because the team are in the process of shipping them out. I don't think they won't have any confusion where, okay.
And then it will just simply go in stock.
Yeah, if once they've shipped out all the confirmed orders, once they've done that part, then it's a case of going into in stock. So it's just, they need to clear off that final confirmation. They don't want to like take your pre-orders and then send you out an email and say, sorry guys, we can't fulfill.
Right.
Okay.
There are a couple of things I see on here that we should be closing soon. The first one is Guts, and I would say possibly Banjo soonish. I don't even. Oh, we didn't. Oh, Banjo's not even open, is it?
Banjo's
It's not even open. Yeah, that's fine.
Guts. Yeah.
All right, cool, no problem.
Alright guys, so just to recap, it is the bank holiday weekend over here in Hong Kong. So today, no one's in the office. So guys, don't expect any replies from CS with regards to any tickets. So don't panic. The office will reopen next Tuesday, which is the 23rd. Alright, next Tuesday, Hong Kong time, 23rd. So expect some emails, tickets to start coming at your end, probably a couple of days later from that day, because the guys will most likely have a backlog of tickets to go through as well.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So that is that. I'm just going off a quick check. I think you've only done that much.
Okay, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so week in review. Chocks, back to your burger. Enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a couple of things. The first one is I asked the question whether or not Cinder and Spyro from The Legend of Spyro was something that you guys would be interested in seeing. Now, originally, we've been focusing... We actually made some scobs. I mean, looking at it again with fresh eyes after about a year, I'm like, this is shit, to be honest with you. However, it could be modified to be, obviously better. That's not the problem. But the question is whether or not there's any interest for it. Because actually, what I did before, back in the day, was like, hey, if we hit 450, I'll look into making it. But times have changed. And if... That's why I asked... Back in the day, 450 for Spyro and 450 for Cinder for the Legend of Spyro versions of them. I asked whether or not that was something that you guys were interested in, and because... So the answer really is, I wanted to see in today's climate, especially because this is now there's been probably three launches, the OG Spyro, the Crystal Dragon, and the PVC. And they've sort of, at least OG Spyro and some of the Spyros are certainly getting into there. You would expect that the general knowledge of Spyro fans in the club would be that much higher than it was when I asked about Cinder and Spyro back in the day.
Yeah.
So I reran that poll and said, are you guys still interested in this? And I wanted to see around about 800 likes. We're around about 420, something like that, which, when I recall how long it took for the 450 for before... That's definitely faster, but it's still not 800, but it's only been a week. But still. Anyway, that's the week in review with regards to that. So if you are a fan of Cinder or Spyro, and that's the Legend of Spyro version, please do go and check out that poll and vote. And I will be watching to see how that goes down. I just have to wear my glasses now.
Oh.
What's that? And then I take my glasses, not even worth it. And then the other thing is we have done a bunch of videos recently in terms of stuff behind the scenes. One of the great thing about the club is the ability to show things behind the scenes. I mean, there was a time when it was like, oh, what's the point of even having the club? You know, we're like, all right, no CS, like
we get that every day. What's the point?
Okay. What's the point? What's the point? And like, why can't you do all of that stuff for the front page? Because it doesn't work like that. You can't run polls that easily. You can't bump things and see rallying and all that sort of stuff. But other things is behind the scenes footage of stuff and let people. Because the reality is, I don't know about you, Chocks, but have you ever been on a page and seen anything on any page, not just ours? How often do you ever go on a page and then go to see posts and see more and scroll down and stuff? I mean, it's so clunky.
I've got to be fair. I do see stuff on pages. That's because the said company might not have a club or a separate group. Okay, fair enough. All right, they do that, and maybe they don't spend as much time that we do on social media.
No, I understand that. I appreciate that, but that's what I'm talking about.
Let me finish. Not finish my burger. Let me finish the actual thing I was going to say before you stop me.
Indeedy.
The stuff that they post, every time they keep posting it, it gets pushed down, right?
Exactly.
And you're not going to find it. And the thing is, you see it and then you look at it and then just move on to the next page. See it and then move on to the next page. But let's say you want to go into a club and say, oh wow, I remember that topic last week. Boom, I do a quick search. It's in the club there already. Or you ask a question and say, hey guys, did we see anything banjo related? And then boom, someone will come in and go, here you go, here's a link. You don't have that interaction that you do on the main page.
Absolutely. Exactly. So there is a reason for the club. I think it was a knee-jerk reaction. Ooh, what's the point in having the club? Can't do it. Anyways, another reason is, of course, be doing all of those videos behind the scenes. But just quickly jump in. JS Chan, will you also be making other statues from Crash Bandicoot in Res? And the answer is yes. Neo Cortex is pretty much done. And then we've got a Jetpack Crash coming along as well. So lots of stuff coming along. With regards to some of the production updates, let's go through them. The first one is Spike. Did a bunch of stuff for Spike. I actually went there this morning. I've spent quite a lot of the time in China today because I want to see a couple of things, and I'll give you some feedback on that in a minute. So Spike, and then we got. I said we did some behind the scenes, and I said to them, this is what people are going to be showing me on Friday. So I can confirm that the Spike is now ready to start packing to send to Australia. I can confirm I did a DDT. I won't give you the results. Interesting, I will say. Okay, that's the first thing. And also, I looked at it, I laughed the hell out. I laughed a lot because it's so small. I mean, it's a 1/4, but the size of the baggage.
That's good.
I'm so muscular that I can whack that out.
It's a one-handed job. You're like, whee!
Pretty much. You'll see. And I'll be preparing that footage for you guys. You can see all of that. And more again about the production diaries on that. I also went to see Life-Size Aku Aku and Shovel Knight. Again, both of those are approved to now start doing the packing process. It won't happen straight away, but at least I'm saying that they're good to go. And I did Chocks, a DDDT.
DDDT.
First time ever.
What's the extra D for?
Double, mate.
Double dreaded?
Double dreaded drop tests. Because this is the first time ever that I've been at the factory that's got two products simultaneously ready for me to do the drop test at the same time and to start sending them out. And that was Shovel Knight and the Life-Size Akus. I could do them both at the same time. The first time, DDDT. Would you guys be up for a King DDD? That's the main question I gotta ask. That's the main thing.
Alright, so that's free products that's been approved, and yeah, guys, so make sure to, if those reply to you, Spike, Life Size Aku, and sorry, what was the last one?
Spike, Lyso, Aku, and Shovel.
And Shovel Knight, yeah.
Rachel Anne's going, is that a drink in there? It is.
So guys, make sure if you one of those pre-orders, just because usually
keep an eye out on that. Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very
I gotta say, Chocks, I feel like things are sort of firing on all cylinders with the production, Chocks.
Because it's after Chinese New Year. It always happens.
Yeah, I know. It's like, no, that's not the case. I felt even not during Chinese New Year, it was quite stagnant. 2017, really much so. 2018 was better, but I feel like it's a good sort of like, there's activity every week. I'm going to the factories, I'm seeing different things all the time, and it's pretty good to see. Yeah, I think that's really good. I also gave the thumbs up for Warp Star Kirby to start production. So that's definitely going to production, guys, so don't worry about that. Warp Star Kirby is definitely going, and then also Crystal Dragon, I gave the approval to go on that.
Wow, finally.
Alright,
Yeah.
so that's good. And yeah, and I said, when am I going next? They said, well, you're probably going to be going at the end of the month, or early next month, and that would be going to check out stuff like Bowser.
Yeah.
So there's always something in. I mean, and I guess you guys can see in the actual. I mean, it shouldn't be any surprise to you guys. There is a shipping calendar, and on there on the right is where everything is in production-wise. It's kind of useful as well, for sure. More things in production. Shiranui, as you said, I showed you guys. What is it called? Trypophobia. Have you heard about this?
No, what's that?
It's like the fear of holes.
Oh.
And things coming out of holes.
Okay.
So, like honeycombs.
Yeah.
Like people look at it and they go squeeze it. They're like, ugh, horrible.
Mm-mm-mm.
I typed it in. I was like, how the hell does anyone know what that is? Because everyone kept saying it. And I guess it was popularized by PewDiePie. Because he's got it. I just typed it in and he's like, oh, he's got it. And therefore, I guess everyone got it from that. And if you look at the Shiranui, the way that those tendrils are not put in, they got the LED, which is round, and then you got these patterns of holes, and it was like, my try whatever it is phobia. But what we've done there, Chocks, do you remember how awful that Shiranui sample was, where you'd put in the tendril and it would just fall out?
Yeah.
Right now, it's done by PVC in a way that the socket also has PVC. So what we do is before, it was going into the resin, and the resin would, resin's very, very brittle. It's very easy to sort of scrape it, and it will change shape.
There's hardly any grip.
Any grip on it. So what we've got is the socket. We'll call it the peg hole. The hole. It's like its own thing, right? And it fits perfectly with the actual thing. And then you put that peg hole into the resin, and then make sure that sticks. And therefore, when you're putting the tendril, it's going in the PVC peg hole and not into the resin, and therefore you can guarantee that each one's going to be a perfect fit. And if you look at it, it won't fall out. Like when we were at Gamescom, you looked at it funny, just fall out. Annoying as hell.
Yeah, we have to make sure we have to count every single one that's still there.
Absolutely. Any news on the Crystal Dragon validation card? Is this a Sandy Birth thing?
Is this another the poll thing? Yeah.
Is this a Sandy Birth thing?
I guess it might be. Yeah. Thanks for reminding, Stefan.
Yes, Eleanor, you absolutely. Not only do you need to do it to prevent breakages, but also to reduce the box size, because otherwise the whole thing of Shiranui, just with the tendrils coming out, you can't pack it in like that in one go.
Yeah.
No.
That's like quite good then, isn't it? Plugging in your own little tendrils.
I beg your pardon? What are you talking
Counter your fear.
Indeed, that's right. Yeah, otherwise you're gonna.
Alright, you're never gonna have tendrils.
yeah. But it's not just that, because there's nothing wrong with the tendrils, but they can't have it not having the tendrils, because that's the fear. The fear is the holes that are on there. Right. So they have to put them in.
Yeah, so
they have to conquer their fears.
That's what I'm saying.
First for therapy. I like it. What's going on, Norma? How you doing?
Conquers their fear.
So the
Hey Nick, any words on Guts? Don't worry, we're going through the list. Hey Patrick, anything on scene? Don't worry, we're going through the list.
Right, okay. Right, if we're going through the list then Guts is in production. Well, when I say production, yeah, I mean it's a production. What they're making is though the pre-production samples for me to see on the list, and on there I haven't done the video of showing you guys what the different changes are. I brought on the stream a couple of the heads before to show you the update on the faces.
Yeah.
In terms of all the other stuff like, I mean, I can't begin to remember. You know, things like the sword only having one side has the thing. You know, we've done all of that. There's a bunch of stuff I need to go and sort of remind myself what the before and after was, and I'll do a video of that when I'm next at the factory when they have them all on the table. Ornstein noodles, so that's coming along now. Does it make you feel hungry, Chocks?
Yeah, I'm still hungry.
Are you still hungry?
Yeah, I am still hungry.
What the? So it's going to be a snack day today. It's been ages since we had a snack review.
No snacks.
What the hell?
I need to get a drink.
Jesus.
You need a drink?
No, I'm alright, thanks. So the snack, what the snack? God, just bloody put me off. The noodles. I mean, God, you just put me off. The Ornstein Lightning is. I just saw some photos from the WeChat group, and I just put it in there just to show you guys. I've actually seen them. No, I've seen a few of them, but it was only a few of them. I want to see, you know, the table full of those assembled. John Sam says, when you eat, you're awake. The problem is, yeah, when we eat, normally we have a big meal before the dinner, before the stream, and that puts you to sleep. So maybe what we should do is...
I guess not. I guess it's like an extremely long day. I came in here around about 7. No, I came here about 6
PM.
Yeah.
You mean normally the long days? Friday's
a long day.
Yeah. So you mean just a normal Friday? You mean, yeah.
Friday, yeah.
Right.
It's nothing to do with a meal.
Indeedy. John Sam gets pleasure in bugging you, he says.
What? Really? Where? Oh, on Twitch.
Yeah, you got to be. You see, that only shows you.
Yeah.
That only shows you that.
No worries, John.
So. Moving on. So yeah, Guts.
Talking about Guts.
Banjo's in production. Again, firing on all cylinders. Boom, 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 boom. What's going on there? Bada bing, bada boom. Eleanor asks any updates on the Shiranui Clearwater base. You know, I haven't actually submitted that to Capcom yet. That's a good point. I'll ask the team about what's going on with that. Get that rocking and rolling. Tails and Sonic is looking great. That's an amazing piece. It's a resin piece, and structurally, though, it is difficult. We are going to create... I actually spoke to the team today. Those arms hold up a lot of weight.
Tails' arms, I'm talking about.
Well, those arms, because it's not just Tails' arms. Because it's not just Tails' arms. It's... Tails is in the air,
Yeah.
but he's not holding... It looks like he's holding Sonic, but actually it's Sonic holding Tails, because it's Sonic that's connected, right? Obviously, you can't just levitate in the air, right? Sonic's connected to the base, right? But Tails is above Sonic, and their arms are connected, so it actually gives the feeling that Tails is pulling Sonic, which is correct, right? But the reality is, it's actually the other way around. And we have to make those arms in metal.
Die cast, yeah?
Aye. So we'll do that in metal, and that will allow for it to be structurally more stable, because that's, of course, very important. It can't just look good for our product shot. It's got to look for years on the shelf looking good. So just to let you know about that. Sashera, in terms of the Sonic TF PVC, that's coming on nicely. It's been painted up. The factory, I believe, is starting the tooling process. So
Then you might as well make Tails, like, magnetized.
what? Hey, what? Who? What?
Sonic metal, Tails with magnets?
Hello, their arms, plural,
Okay.
are metal. Because it's like
just
one
the
piece.
arms. Just the arms.
Yeah. We believe so, that's all you need. Those two arms, they interconnected, but they're going to be like, so the piece that comes out is going to be like, oh, holding hands.
Yeah, like that. Like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure how that's going to be. It must be separate for production. As in, I'm going to ask them how that's going to go, but yeah. That would be cool. Let me actually write a message to the team, because I always
Metal
forget.
Sonic arms. Yeah. Metal Sonic's arms.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So let me ask the China team. So the first question, what was it? For the Sonic and Tails arms, it will be metal.
Just the arms, or including the fists, the hands?
Yeah, definitely that. Oh, okay. Let me put. Is that including the hands? Also,
have they considered, if it's metals, would they consider magnets?
This be shipped? Okay, what was the other question I was going to ask?
Because we're using metal, would they want to explore something magnetized?
What other question was I going to ask?
About Sonic?
No, it wasn't about Sonic. It was something else. I was going to. Oh yeah, I'll ask the team.
Was it Guts?
What about him?
Don't know. This was whilst I was going out for a drink.
No, I don't think. I think it was something else. I don't remember. Let me know if you remember what I was going to say. Did you ever play Metal Arms?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Interesting. So then there was a before and after of Ivy. That was a huge difference on that. It's still not finished. The pose is a little bit, what's the word? Expressionless. I need to get a more determined look to her. Or probably a bit more determinedly sexy. Something like that. And so the Berserk, you saw dots by dots. That's the production video showed for that. Faye, unbelievable. She's looking so much better than she was before. I finally feel vindicated for all that times. I was like, no, back to the drawing board, back to the drawing board, back to the drawing board. It's like, they're like, you know, the team would show me stuff. I'd be like, no, don't like it, do it again. And then they keep doing it. No, I don't like it. I kept doing it for months and months and months. I wasn't happy. But now, boom, got the pose, got the sculpting down. We're going to finish that off. Let's get that wrapped up. You know, because obviously Jet is coming up soon as well. Spike is already done at production. It's now time to start ramping that up. Then we have the AMI DDT and the LSB. We showed it to you guys on the stream last week, but of course this week we actually just put it in the club on the main page. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, do not check out the DDT. It's embarrassing. Apart from that, though, do check out the production videos. It's always nice to see the AMI LSB get the boop. Last but not least, Sekiro. I'm looking forward to trying it, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out in front of you guys. I've heard so much about this, about how difficult it is.
No.
You need to ask about the water on the base. Thank you. I knew it was something. Also, where is the Shiranui examples with the water on the base so I can submit to Capcom? Thank you. Who let me know yet? Sashera, I appreciate that. So, Kevin Boatbinder uses us as a calendar. That's when he knows it's Friday, because we're online.
Okay.
I guess that's how you roll in Seattle. Is that right, Kevin?
He's busy every single day.
Absolutely. How are you doing, Agalos? Nice to see you from all the way from Greece. So international, Chocks. We're so international. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So when it comes to the Sekiro, I said I would love to try it out on a stream. First of all, I can finally say it's research. What I mean by that is, if I'm playing it, I'm not like I'm gonna be honest with you. You sitting over there and you hear me tap 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 tap, right? And that is like me playing Doom, right? Like mashing up the Cyber Demon and smashing them up. I had nothing but I had to hide that shit. But now I'm doing a 360 and I'm going 180. I'm going, mate. Not only am I playing, I'm playing it publicly.
Sure. I look forward to that day when you start typing up a post report.
Yeah. Okay. But in terms of just Sekiro sounded like the best thing because it's, and I want to be clear, there's no license or anything like that. I just really want to play it, and I've heard so much about how difficult it is. I thought, how fun would it be to actually stream it? Maybe, I don't know. It sounded great on paper, in my mind, but I'm not really sure if it's gonna, how that's gonna go down. If it's something that there's, some stream, that there's some people who watch it and are interested, we might consider doing it a little bit more semi-regularly, semi more sort of. I know for streaming, it's supposed to be religious. you stream at a certain time every week, and it gets into rhythm. Very much like Friday Q&As. You get people who go, hey, is a Friday Q&A today? And we'll be like, yeah, I'll see you in 15 minutes. I understand you need to do that for streaming as well. I would never commit that unless I knew that there was enough people watching it and it was interesting. So I know it's going to be kind of hard to do that. Having said that, I'm not like a typical YouTube streamer or Twitcher at all, having never done it before, who would have to try and build up an audience from scratch. Obviously, there is a platform already here. And as it's called, as it would be under the FRF accounts, of course, we're going to call it Let's Play Search. Now, why is it called Let's Play Search? Well, the reason is obviously Let's Play, but also the search is referring to research. Now, when I say research, again, I just want to be clear, no speculation on any licenses. It's just simply play it and research. If we ever had the license, what would make something cool? So, when I play a game, I'll be, well, whatever it is, I can't not have an FRF mindset, which is when I see a character come in and I go, that looks amazing as a silhouette. One of the things I look at as a character is go, right, if you covered up that character, you couldn't see any of the details, could you from the outline tell me what character it is? And the answer would be yes, then it's a strong character. If it's no, then the answer is the silhouette's not quite, it's not that.
Maybe the guys could like suggest what game to play, vote, rather than just one game at a time. Maybe you schedule it like twice a week, like say Monday's that game, Thursday's that game, and then people will come in and rally depending on whichever game they're going to play.
Again, it's really hard to sort of say anything about anything sort of planned for now until we actually do one. And it's not just me, this is FRF Let's Play. I want to see CHOCKS on there. I want to see all that sort of stuff. And it's not just Sekiro. So anything that we do, the commentary will be, I'm not even sure. Do people like people talking?
Yeah, people do talk.
They talk on the stream, so I have no idea.
You play and talk yourself.
Obviously.
And then you type of the message and, okay, that's how you do it and all that stuff, yeah? And then, depends on what you want to.
Right, okay, so you ask the questions. Well, then the commentary for me will be like, oh, look at that rock. It's so nice. Let's make sure we make that as...
Some people do that.
Okay, but the added benefit from what we would do is actually, if we ever got the license on any of the games that we're playing, could actually turn it into reality. So one of the things would be like, okay, you're coming up to the boss. Is this a boss battle? Is it interesting?
Well, you could always play something that we currently have anyway.
No, sure, I know. Yeah. It could be for anything that we do. That's the point. So it could be play search banjo. It could be play search this. It could be play search anything like that.
Or maybe this like for example in this case, Sekiro new game. Obviously we're aware of it, but we want to play it, and
absolutely, absolutely. And I don't know. It just could be something that could be quite interesting.
Yeah, like if it just so happens to be a multiplayer game, we could get guys involved as well.
Right.
For example, what Kimberly says what, Destiny?
Randy, I did a bit of that, but then most of the time was done for like YouTube researching. The thing about Sekiro is it's come out at the right time in terms of there's so much hype about it right now in terms of how difficult it's supposed to be.
As long as you don't talk all the time or over the cutscene dialogue, that's fine. That's fair play. That's quite annoying when people talk over the cutscenes. Or trying to repeat what he's saying on the cutscene, or that person.
What about, I've seen it before, I had a quick look, right? People reading the text. Like if it's a non-speaking text and it's like text, do you like people speaking, saying that? Do you know what I mean?
What?
Like it comes up on the screen, it'd be like...
Yeah, the dialogue.
The dialogue.
Yeah.
But it's not spoken.
Right.
It's just like in a Zelda thing.
Like let's say like Phoenix Wright, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah. What about it?
Do you like people reading it out to you?
No.
I've seen like the one I saw, they were reading it out. They're playing Child of Light, and then they started reading it out. I'd watch you play Sekiro, Alex. Could be fun. Never be worse than the Twitch plays Dark Souls thing some time ago. Oh, was it some Twitch plays Dark Souls? Is that right?
What?
Now, I see your messages. Just play and give some natural commentary, don't force it. It'll be interesting.
I guess it just depends on the personality, really.
Yeah, but you know me. I'm very, how do I say it? Calm and collected and no emotion and warm and fuzzy and...
I'll translate that in Chinese.
Translate it all into Chinese.
Translate
Yeah.
all right, yeah.
Good morning, Tyler. Hope you're doing well. So there was a couple of teehees this week. Well, there was one teehee in particular. I'm not sure if you know who that is. That's the whole point of them. I can neither confirm nor deny what it is. But I can tell you, my thinking of that character, I have an absolutely awesome idea of how it's going to be, and I could not do it.
That did not show up. That did not show up on that search.
Hmm.
You're talking about that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
Hmm. Interesting.
Hey, Chandler.
Agalos, the video for Mini Aku Aku will start in 1 hour, 1 minute and 43 seconds. So just under an hour to go.
Don't worry, JS Chan. We go through the height measurements, the weighing of these statues in the documentary as well.
Absolutely, we'll go through all of that good stuff. All of that good stuff. Cool. So we're coming up to 1 hour before that happens. In between that, I've got something. I know we're going to be doing the Temptation Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
We all know who he is. I can't wait. Thanks, Alex. I don't know who that could be. I see you zooming in. But I can neither confirm nor deny. I might tell Paige, but I wouldn't tell you. We all know who he is. I don't even know confirm if it's a boy or a girl.
The chats are not moving. The chats are not moving on the stream.
Oh, the chats are not moving on the screen.
Thanks,
I
Eleanor.
see. Thank you. I'm not even focusing on that. I'm just focusing on the one that is moving. So I need to go to... That's really annoying. So...
Good morning, Corazon. The bonbon. When will Cortex be up for sale? Jasmine says.
Probably in the next few...
Gotta be a few months. We're gonna.
the next few months. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, Mini Aku Aku Mask is already just coming out, and that's a crash-related thing. I'm not sure how good it is for your wallet, so we'll see. But right now, you can see it's exactly 1 hour to go, Chocks. Bearing that in mind, I have something for you. Let me know if you know anything about, I know, there's a game called The Legend of Zelda, and whether or not you have ordered a True Form Midna. If so, then this might be relevant to you. We'll see you on the other side. What is up, guys? This is Alex from First Figures, checking out the updated True Form Midna. Let me show you some of the differences that we've done. All right, this is the new one. Okay. And some of the differences, and it's still not 100% there yet, but I can show you some of the differences. The first one is, let's have a quick look at the top over here. So right now, if you look at the way that this has been done, it's a lot more so thinner at this location over here, and this section at the top is a lot pointier. Would you put that over there? Thank you very much, Rachel. Here is the previous one, where if I sort of look at the thickness over here, the thickness over here and the pointiness over here does not compare to what we've got going on there. That's one of the first changes. The second one was what we had to do is to give a kind of like the ab separation here. We kind of did it with a line, and we kind of carved it, and it looks a little bit too carved. And the belly button itself doesn't look so natural. So if you compare it to this one over here, this one is much more subtle. Yeah, you've got a groove that goes in there, but it's not being carved like this. And the belly button itself seems to be much more natural looking than this sort of looks like a dot. Another thing is, if you look at this sort of lovely, we'll call it a belt, that's holding up her dress. This is a lot more 3D. A lot more 3D when you compare to the previous one, which is a little bit more sunk in. It sort of had variations in terms of the thickness of that. So there's that as well. We've also increased the size of this bit over here compared to this one Okay, that's been slightly tweaked. And we made sure that the round, it's very hard to see, but there's the roundness of the breasts here have been improved on. It's a little bit more subtle and better than it was before. Now, there's still something I'm still not 100% happy with, and that's the feet. We're just going to have to keep working on that. It needs to be improved more. It's better than it was before, but I still need to get it. Here it was before. And this is it now, but I want to just bring out the details a little bit more. I'm not seeing the toenails themselves. They aren't carved enough, so I'm going to rework that. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. This is the revised True for Midnight. Again, it's not 100% there yet, but she is coming along really nice, and she's got the way that she's looking over her shoulder, looking her head back, etc., etc. Let me know if you're a dunner. Let me know if you are on the wait list. Let me know if you have a DE, an EX, or a standard on order. All right, guys. FRF is love, and FRF is life. Boom! True for Midnight revisions. Not 100%, but we're getting there. We redid it. You can see those subtle differences. If you don't know what you're looking for, you will never notice it, but we know, and if we know, then it's no go. So hopefully you like what you see there, and I'll post that again. I know it's sort of come out of nowhere. I know people have been asking me about True Form, so I look forward to putting that just to show you that there's been some movement on it. It's still not at the point that I'm willing to make it go into production yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm happy with the direction it's going. Let me know if you're a dunner. Let me know if you have it on the wait list. Let me know if you have her, standard, exclusive, DEs. It was the OG DE, Chocks. The OG DE, and it's been a long time coming. Probably about a year now, to be honest with you. I think we launched in April. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's been a while. She also has this really nice sort of head turning. We slightly tilted a little bit more, just to get it more of the sort of turning. She does that over her shoulder. It looks really nice.
Emilio, yo, what's up, guys? Any news on the Dante?
Dante, we completely restarted it, and it looks so much better than it did before. Have you seen it, Chocks?
Don't think so.
This is what we're doing. Where is it? Boom! Yeah, so that's what he does. So it's very unique, right? Mm-hmm. And that's gonna go like this is his cape or something like that, or it's going whatever direction you want to do, yeah? And then there'll be a connection maybe over here, and then this will be like whatever, but it's so we do it in a way that it looks before it just wasn't, how lame it was before. Do you remember how lame
that's
it was?
kind of like designed back in 2012 or something like that.
Yeah, I know, that was super lame, wasn't it? And then this is more of a reflection of what we can do.
Updated, guys, updated.
Holy smokes.
It's still going to be a while, guys, but not forgotten.
Not forgotten. A lot of these things, it's nice to sort of look. I mean, looking at things with new eyes from such a long time ago with what we know now, you just go, that is just bollocks, and just got to do better than that, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Agalos, no plans for Tomb Raider 1-4. Thanks, Yvonne. Appreciate the support. Nice one, Cecile. I appreciate that as well. We saw the Zero pose. I'd love to see the new Dante. And it's too good, isn't it? It's too good for you guys.
It's too soon, guys. Dragon Ninja Rio on YouTube. What up? Been a long time since I've checked in. I got worried about Samus X for US, but the calendar put me at ease. Keep up the great work. Don't ever think people don't really appreciate all you do.
Much appreciated. I thank you. Thanks for that. I'm glad that you've looked at the calendar, and if anyone has any comments or questions, we're always here to be accountable, if that makes sense. So as long as no one thinks, hey, these guys are going to run off with our money, that's something I never want to see happen, ever hear about that ever. Dracula, the new head is now done, and we're waiting for the new print, and then we can start going. Can we see the original scrap design?
Have you seen? Have you seen?
No.
It didn't turn out as good as it. Yeah, before.
Wait. Indeedy. I trusted you guys so much. I went for the D as my first session. I've only been in the club for like 3 days. That's really cool, actually. How soon does it take you to trust us after coming into the club?
They trust us until we turn the mic off. Like I said, I've been in the club for like 3 days, so they trust us. So Justina, right? She trusts us. She went and get a TF. She could easily distrust us if we turn off the mic for more than 3 seconds.
Indeedy. Now we're just talking about all the goodness of Castlevania we've got working in the background for you guys. We're super pumped. Yeah. We're excited. We can't wait to show you that.
I'm looking forward to play the new collection game from Konami as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we would love to keep on doing Castlevania stuff.
Cop Funk, would you consider pursuing My Hero Academia licenses? You must be new because we have the license. Isn't that amazing? I love it when someone's like, "Hey, get that license." We're like, "Oh, we've got it." They're like, "Oh,
you haven't been in the club for 3 days, so you should be in the club for longer."
Cop Funk, make sure you join the club. There's loads of videos on All Might and stuff that we've been doing.
Yeah, check the photo section on the main page. We recently came back from Emerald City Comic Con. That's where we announced the license and we had the All Might on display there. Do check it out. Those are prototypes, so what you see isn't exactly the final version. The final version, there's still got a lot more tweaking to be done. So follow that. Check out the main First for Figures website. On there, we made a blog. It highlights all the videos and productions and everything about the All Might.
Absolutely. Yeah. Raggy, have you seen the latest videos and pictures that I've been doing of Shiranui? I appreciate you supporting us with Shira. Liam says, I won't trust you until my Solaire combo SD converts.
It's like that now, huh?
I'm sure it will convert.
What converted before?
Cop Funk says, I'll have to join the group. How is it that anyone can join? How is it that people on the stream and are not in the group?
Or on the main page, but not in the group.
Right. Interesting to me.
I see that a lot.
Interesting. Nice one, Raggy. That's really interesting.
First for Figures official collectors club on Facebook.
Many imitators, but there's only one OG. You guys should be looking to get the Zelda license. Oh wait. I still have yet to go through your site. I literally started following you guys after pre-ordering Conquer. Conquer is 4 months ago. At least 4 months ago. No excuses. No excuses.
That's right, Liam. You got your Shovel Knight converted.
Congrats. That is coming along nicely. We're going to start sending those out ASAP.
I'm really looking forward to the final chapter from Yacht Club Games.
Alright. Nice one, Rachel Ann. And also, what is it? Cyber Shadow, yeah?
Yeah.
That's looking cool. What?
That's yours, isn't it? Not mine. Yeah, I got the final chapter for Shovel Knight got pushed back.
Who is it?
Who's what?
Is it Shovel Knight or is it like Spectre Knight? I mean, obviously, the Shovel Knight is Play
like
Knight.
King of Cards, like that's for.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, like an add-on.
You can do a let's play search.
Yeah.
You're so much better at it than I am. When I joined you as player 2, I was like, help me, Chocks! You kept looking at me, giving me evils.
Come on, it's just jump.
That's probably a good thing. If you watch us, if we do a play search on, if you see us do a play search on Shovel Knight, you never seen this guy get so pissed off with me. I'm like, because I keep dying and dragging the whole team down. He has no tolerance,
no mercy.
No tolerance for someone who might be jumpingly challenged.
Jumpingly challenged.
The eye rolls when I jump into the lava on purpose. I'll have you know. I like to see it recorded for prosperity. The eye rolls. How far away Bowser waitlist converts? I'm not sure about that. I'm not, our new system. Our old system used to be when that product was in the warehouse, and then after a month or something, then you would start converting. But now it kind of just happens randomly. I'm not really sure exactly.
Yeah, because everyone was saying, I don't want to wait until the actual product is done. So right now the new system is whoever cancels. Say I cancel today. Someone else on the waitlist will get converted.
Absolutely. Yeah. Miguel has been playing Darksiders on Switch. He could have done a play search. Is that right? You can tell what he's been playing. Nice. Colin, why are you streaming on Easter? Eat a turkey. What? Who eats turkeys on Easter? Is that a thing? You eat turkey on Thanksgiving and Christmas, is all I understand. Is this something is this a Canadian thing?
It's all year round, right? You can have turkey.
But you don't, it's not like, it's Easter, therefore I must eat turkey. Like the same way you do it's for Christmas and for Thanksgiving, I'm assuming.
It's Easter, we eat bunnies, don't we not?
The chocolate variety.
Yes.
Hey Chris, Bowser is quite oversubscribed, I think, to be honest with you.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the regulars.
Mm.
Yeah.
Adam, yes, we have Switches. I have a personal one, also one given. Bang gave us one as well, which is awesome.
Stop bloody playing Switch. Where's my weekend review?
Over to you, Chocks. Go and do your TTs.
Yes, last week's TT. That is.
I'm gonna go quickly wee in the gun.
What?
Mate, I had like 5,000, and I need to get. Do you want anything from the? I've done this. Do you want anything from the? From the fridge?
No. All right, guys. Last week's TT 146. That is Star Fox. It's been on that list for a very long time. Now we finally made it. TT 146. Fox McCloud. 417 votes in total. That's 258 votes yes, and 159 votes says no. So 61.9% people saying yes, but surely, guys, this is a main Nintendo character. It really needs more votes. All right, so keep on rallying for that. Okay, so this week's TT, that's Transistor, indie game. All right, lots of great reviews out there. Currently at 254 votes, with 83 says yes, 171 says no. So, not much votes altogether. Maybe we don't have enough indie guys in the club. Alright, so next week's TT, Assassination Classroom. That's right, Kimberly says, your surprise Fox is low in votes. Alright guys, anime TT next week, Assassination Classroom. Eleanor, I saw that recommendation last week as well. You've been mentioning that on the stream, but I'll put that on the list. But most likely, that will definitely, because it's a Zelda game, is most likely going to be certain. So, plus, we've been in that situation where, Nintendo are focusing on the Breath of the Wild. So any other Zelda products will be most likely going to be when there's actually downtime. Bastion's on the list as well. Actually, did we do a Bastion? I don't think we did. Nope. But it's on the list.
Oh shit.
Moonwalker. That's a classic Sega game. Yeah. It says list guys make a Moonwalker Michael Jackson. I'm sure that's going to be a big headache when it comes to licensing. Justina, no, I didn't get to see Spider-Verse.
Oh man, I haven't even checked. I think there's some PM I'm supposed to be checking. Is that right? I haven't looked at it.
PM?
Yeah, I think Justina said there was a PM for me, like last week.
Oh, okay.
And I have quite a lot of PM. What happens is, if things don't get bumped up on my thing, I kind of don't I get quite a lot of PMs that it just.
So they're all just rotating.
Pretty much when they wave at me or they write a message, it pops back up to the top. I'm like, oh, I better, that's a new one to look at. But then when I realize it's not a new one, there's like been conversations from like the week before that I've not even seen. Sorry about that. It's quite a lot of them.
Right, that's the TT done.
All right. Anything me to get, Chocks?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then RTF.
Right, hashtag winners. Last week's hashtag was hashtag FRF DDT. I believe there's 3 winners last week.
Alright, here we go. Here are the letters. You need 2 of these. RJLKRO. One more time. ORKRJL for a chance to win the 500 reward points. Anybody got 2 of those? RJLKRO. Oh yes. Oh nice. So nice. Very nice. RJLKR. Oh. I don't see any B there, Liam. Nice. Try. Double nice. Nice. Yes. Nice. Right. It seems no one, and therefore none of you won. Having said that, we have Randall Todd Colpian, winner number 1, and number 2, James Ross with a Y. And last but not least, Lynn Stolp Olstad. Congrats! You are the 3 winners. One more time. Randall Todd Colpian, James Ross, and Lynn Stolp Olstad. You are the winners of last week. This week's hashtag, of course, is hashtag FRFACU for a chance to win 500 reward points chosen at a random. Hashtag FRFACU, AKU, for a chance to win 500 reward points chosen at a random.
That's kind of like fuck you.
I beg your
F for F. AKU.
Fuck you. F for fuck you, yeah.
I pinned Chelsea's comment. There's better now.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Right, guys, there is a competition going on, Chocks. Or that's for the Laws competition.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Over to you, Chocks.
The spring photo.
Mm-hmm.
Spring photo contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I remember Matthew made the post today. I believe it was today.
All right, so get voting on that.
That's right, guys. We've internally chosen 10 photos up for voting. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc., etc. And basically, every single one of those should win reward points.
Right.
My understanding. It's just like what we did before with the Bowser photo contest.
Now
so.
this was run by the Law.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing more of them as well. So
yeah, good. So
it'll be a regular thing. Thank you very much to the Law for that.
The theme is spring. So we've seen some of the pictures. I don't want to go into too much of it, guys. If you check out the posts, just open up the comments. You see the bigger pictures at the top. And I believe the winner number 1 gets like 3,000 reward points.
Damn!
Second winner gets 1,000. Third place gets.
Ain't nobody told me that.
I don't know. Is that the same? Is that the same rewards as the previous one?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So it's like 3,000, 1,500, and then the remaining 7 entrants will each receive 100 reward points. So everyone's going to be a winner there. So just choose which one you like. And yeah, thanks for all those guys that entered as well. And hopefully this is the start of something great we can do on a monthly basis or whatever it is. And hope you guys get involved. I mean, I know the first one's about photography, so who knows, the second one might be something different. So if you guys have any suggestions, please put it in that thread or suggest it to one of the admins. If you feel like, you know, photo isn't your thing, it might be something else.
Alright?
Yep.
For realsies. Alrighty. Let's kick it off with the Q&A. Of course, we only have 36 minutes to get through this. If I don't finish them, it is what it is. We'll try and, well, I better stop talking. Jake Mayer, do you think we'll get pre-orders for Deku this year? Yeah, I reckon so. Bradley Chadaby King, will Troy be again denied this week regarding Zelda info? Yep. That's the only time I say yep with regard to anything to do with Troy. Otherwise it's nope. Aaron Holborn, any Crystal Dragon news? Yep. I was at the factory today and I've approved it to go into production. And I got a video and I'll show you guys later on. Andrew John Messenger, any more news on the Yu-Gi-Oh lines? Nailed. Nailing them right now. I restarted it again with fresh eyes and I feel much better with it right now. Have you seen how it looks, Chocks? This is the latest. It's still in the progress. Getting the scaling down. Yeah, you know, the overall making sure they all match. In fact, I want this to be further up, so it gives a more levitation feeling and connection point in the back, and then it will look. I want to see it like it's hovering, give that feeling, and then putting next to each other looks sick.
Maybe a bit more angled.
Which one? This one?
The thing.
Oh, so you see more of it. You're gonna have to then completely change that.
Yeah.
Although you could probably bend that knee, you can bend that leg a little bit more, possibly. Can I get Shaman King resins? Says Odolfo Onorato.
Rally the fans.
Alright. Denise Skip. Will the combo mini Aquas be shipped to one box to reduce shipping costs?
With a what?
The combo mini Aquas. Do we offer Kimbo or combos? No.
Separate boxes,
I believe. Any update on the Midna DE? Happy with results now. I'm curious. Any difference like logos on the frames? There's no updates to it. It's already been updated from before, and that's the latest update. I don't think, apart from maybe adding logos, I'm not sure if that's something that we will or won't do. I will. There's nothing to update. Andy Fall, will we use 30 minutes of the live stream to play games so we can all laugh at your failings? That could be quite interesting to have a little section. Well, we will be doing. We absolutely will be using the stream to do live streaming of games on this stream for Shawsies in the new office studio setup. Oh, that's something else you didn't talk about, Chocks. This week, well, I can talk about that later. Okay. So when we have the new studio, we will be having that set up so we can just jump on a game of Mario Kart, jump on a game of Bomberman, whatever it may be, and so you can laugh at my failings at Bomberman and Chuckles' failings at Soul Calibur 2. And a 50-50 failings at Mario Kart. Giovanni Colmorio, Jet Black when? Soonish. Now that Spike is being wrapped up and Faye is coming on nicely, that is a priority. Which Faye pose did you end up going with? None. What numbers does Fox need? Any product needs to be any licenses that involves, any sort of licenses like that really needs to be in the top 10. Sharon van der Vijva. Vijva. Sharon van der Vijva. Is FRF Q&A here on Facebook? I hope I can join it. My question is, do you guys plan on making any more side characters in the Legend of Zelda series? I'd like to see Makar from Wind Waker. Interesting. And Medley, etc., etc. The answer to that is, we're always very interested to see how those numbers go up. So there are plenty of polls. I believe there's is there a Wind Waker one? I believe there is. That's the best way to do it. Faith DeVoe is chilling out in anime. Boston. J.M. Morim. When is AMI LSP scheduled for the US? It's not on the schedule, only Australia. It's not on the calendar because it's not ready. It's ready when it's ready. Once we have the firm, there's no point in me telling you when it's going to be ready if it's not going to be ready then. So that's when it goes on the calendar. Alessio Bucci, any character versus character 1/6 scale statues in the work? Any versus things that I can think of? No. Not really.
Or another question is there any character, co-op character? Doesn't always have to be versus.
Well, obviously Sonic and Tails. Any 1/6 scale statues with massive diorama in the works? Yep.
Massive.
Massive, not well. We'll see.
Define your massive and my massive.
Any plans for FRF behind the scenes art book with sketches, 3D sculpts, etc.? Yeah, it's always been on our list. Maybe we'll do it at the end of the year.
No, like a long time ago.
Yeah, like the 2019 edition. And we have a lot more content for it now. We have going through the process is a lot more. It's documented in a way that's kind of easy to get.
Oh yeah.
Hannes Shinagle, have you played the Soulsborne games or is Sekiro your first? I have a little bit, but not like tons of it. A lot of the work that I do is the researching is just from YouTube, and from dealing with our sort of internally in the team. But Sekiro is my first in terms of really actively trying to like for Dark Souls. When I first played it and I got taken out by the first boss, and then I finally took him out, and then what happened was this. So the first time I played Dark Souls, this is what happened. I killed the troll dude, and then I ended up in the next area. It's like literally just right at the beginning, and then there's this dude. He was just like, I saved, and there was like some dude. Or something had happened. I think I might have saved before or after. I can't remember what it was. But there was this dude. I don't know who he was. And I whacked him. He was like a nice guy, right? But I whacked him. Then he attacked me.
Well, that's a natural reaction.
Right? And I died. But
Serves you right.
But I just saved. So, but then I loaded it up. But then he kept attacking me. And I had no way to not be killed. Like, I loaded it up again and I kept getting attacked by the same guy. And that boy would chase me everywhere. Right? And he kept killing me. I was like, what the hell? I better use YouTube. I ain't got time for that. Let me know if you know who I'm talking about.
But did you finish downloading Sekiro? Did you play it?
No, I didn't play it yet.
Oh, it's downloaded, yeah?
Yeah, it's ready to go. You saw me with a start screen mode.
Oh.
That's the setup of the Twitch thing. Oh dear, you hit Crestfallen Warrior. The game also auto-saves. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I probably just saved it on the bonfire, and then I twatted him just to see what happened, and then he kept attacking me, and then the auto-save, it just loaded me up, and I kept getting attacked by him. Crestfallen, okay, we all did that. But, so what could I have done? What could I have done to get out of that? Sekiro is the hardest one yet. Too easy. We'll see. You seen that meme that's going around?
Which one?
There's like some guy who's like a journalist and he completed it, and he says, I completed Sekiro using cheats, and I feel fine. And there was a whole
No, I haven't
major meme response, which was like something like, what you've done is you've shamed yourself, you've played yourself, you've taken the weak side. You don't know the difference between something like, you know, basically you should be ashamed of yourself. Right. And then that sentence that someone has said then spawned into like billions and billions of memes. What was the sentence? Let's read it out. Sekiro, know the difference. Let me see. Something like that.
You cheated yourself, you learned nothing.
Yeah, something like that. Let me see.
Well, you learn how to cheat, you're learning something.
Cheated yourself. What's the actual wording? There you go. So it goes, you cheated not only the game, but yourself. You didn't grow, you didn't improve. You took a shortcut and gained nothing. You experienced a hollow victory. Nothing was risked and nothing was gained. It is sad that you don't know the difference. That's what he goes, I beat Sekiro's final boss with cheats and I feel fine. And that's what the guy is. And now that has gone on to like even Sega had like done that, and there was like these, like everyone's saying it. Yeah, Sonic did it. So what do they do? How do they do it? So I was running around.
Oh, this cheat! I remember that cheat. Yeah, I remember that cheat. On the marble zone.
Right, that's cheating.
Yeah. Well, that's a glitch.
You cheated the game, not only the game, but yourself. Yeah, you didn't grow, you didn't. They added it in.
That's cool, they added it into the game.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they added it to the game, but they...
the actual text.
So this whole text is...
that's cool.
They're doing it for everything. I like it. Tabitha Martin. If by some chance FRF does not obtain the Persona 5 license, how would you break the news for those who rallied for it? I don't give a shit about that. I'm going to be honest with you. Rallying is never guaranteed anything. So the answer is, there's nothing to say apart from if we did get it or we didn't get it. There's nothing to say. How are you going to break the news? There's nothing to break. There's never any guarantee with any of this sort of stuff. I would acknowledge it in the same way that we did it for Persona, not Persona.
Avatar.
No, not Avatar. 2B.
True.
Nier.
We were all in it, right? I mean, like that. If everyone, like, how do I put it? Everyone knew that we were interested in Nier as well, yeah. We were interested. We were quite cool, nice design.
Yeah.
We thought, hey, let's put up a poll. Let's rally for it. You know, we have some ammunition, and we can use that to present it to licensors. But you know, it's not meant to be. So
we let you guys know. But you know, how would you how would you break the news? I mean, there's nothing that we can say. There's nothing. You know, what does that even mean? There's no sense of like we have to do it or anything like that. If we can't get it, we can't get it. It's nothing to do with us, is it? Sefa Manali, MCM again this year. We've thought about that MCM or that October period. There's quite a few things that's sort of pulling our attention. One is MCM, the other one is NYCC. Those are the two, I guess, around about that time that's mainly pulling on our attention or pulling our focus. But I really like MCM. Originally, I was dead set of saying no. But I love the fact that EGX is the week beforehand, and therefore you can get two for one, and therefore it makes it super, super cool. Oh, we've done it CHOCKS 100? Yeah. All right, nice.
There's so much going on in that month, give or take.
When is Shiranui coming, by the way, says Michelle. And is it good? Yeah, you can still jump on the wait list. And when's it coming? I don't know. couple of months. It's sort of the beginning parts have started. How about a video game egg collection for Easter holiday? What's that even mean?
Video games egg collection.
What's that?
Yeah, what's that?
Adam James Meredith, mini eggs or cream eggs. Is mini eggs just like the chocolate coating, like Smarties, but bigger? They're like Smarties, but like with just bits of chocolate. Mini eggs.
Similar, isn't it?
But for me, I'm all about that Cadbury's cream eggs.
I think cream's eggs better. Mini eggs.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, it's just like normal chocolate, right?
Yeah, it's a bit meh.
Mini eggs inside. Yeah, it's just like it's just a Smartie or an M&M, just in a different shape, just more chocolate. Cadbury's cream eggs, without a shadow of a doubt. No ifs or buts.
It's very sweet though.
Aye.
It's very sweet.
Aye. Were the points distributed for the hashtag 2 weeks ago? Because I didn't get mine. Chocks?
What? What's the question?
Here. Were the points distributed for hashtag 2 weeks ago? Because I didn't get mine.
Two weeks ago.
There he is.
Yeah. That was last week, not 2 weeks ago. That's just last week's.
2 weeks ago.
No, this is last week's.
Yeah.
And that week. Okay, then 2 weeks ago. Now. Don't worry. We'll let Phil know.
Chris Harrington. Are there plans to do any more Transformers statues? Nope. Liam O'Brien. Is it Brian or Breen? Brian. Which is better, sweet or savory snacks? Sweet, baby.
We answered that last week, didn't we?
Yeah, aye. How you all liking the photo contest submissions? I love the engagement. Wanted there to be a few more, but I think there might be some barriers to entry. You got a little bit of Photoshop.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing the next one a little bit more inclusive. I know the admins have been working on something behind the scenes for something just
they have.
like that. That's just cool. Tobias Benz. Was shipping the Dicor saws with SIF problematic in regards to European customs at any time? If yes, how did you solve it? The answer is no. Elaine Kennedy, hope you're both well. All right, thank you. Just wondering if you have the magic number for the poll targets, yes, and the votes, or does it depend on the franchise? It depends on the franchise. But in terms of new licenses, it has to be top 10. Uncle Scabs, how many votes does Rathalos need in the character poll to be taken seriously? He's 450. You just answered your own question. It's got to be a lot more than that. Britt Edwards, just wanted to say Shino's looking great. Much appreciated. Brandon Stevens. Will there be any more figures in the Metroid line? Like maybe a Dark Samus, a Mega Pyro, or maybe the Emperor Ing? The answer is possibly. Absolutely, we are committed. Howard Woodley. What are the possibilities of a LSB of Samus? You never know. I think the problem with Samus though is you can't have Samus without her shoulder cannons, and the shoulder cannons are like even bigger than her head, and therefore that's crazy. I could probably see maybe like a life-size helmet, but not a life-size bust. Andrea Milk.Herrera, any updates on the Spyro color variants PVCs? Yes, they have been approved. We're just not sure what we should be doing with them. Do we do them all at once? Do we do them one by one? We don't know. So I've asked Dan, who is our wholesale guy, to figure out what he wants to do with them first. Michael Pilot. Hey guys, hope all is well. Any news about the new website? Do we have an ETA? Yeah, that's still being worked on right now. I don't even know why that hasn't been done yet. What about the new studio? I thought it was nearly complete. It is, but now comes the hard work of figuring out the actual layout. Today marks the 6th month since Alphonse's PO. Did you happen to check the gold pass status recently? Nope. You said that you expected, if everything went well, that the next FMA will go in 6 months. Nope, that's definitely not happening. Changed my mind on all of it, so it's going to take longer. Sorry about that. It's Mustang said ahead. Yep. When is Big Owl's production start? Don't know. Soonish. Following fan feedback, you said that there might be small tweaks and changes to Owl. Anything new to share on that project? Nope. Not yet. So, Arrington, would you consider an official port for Mario Kart? If possible, it could be maybe companion pieces, etc., etc. Over the Chockles, maybe put that on your list. What pose would you likely to do if Super Shadow actually happens? What would you like to see? I have some ideas. I may or may not have already looked into it, maybe. I'm not sure. Just looking, just researching. I've shown it to you, Jocks.
For what? Show me what?
Super Shadow.
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh yeah?
No, maybe not.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I did.
Lemon squeezy. Lemon squeezy. A while ago, Alex, you said no interest in a Trigon poll. Is the result still the same? I think it's classic. No, it's not the same. Let's throw it up there, Chocks. Put it on the list. For the resins based on PVCs, what's the estimated time frame between each piece going up for order? I don't know. Have to see how we do that with Ami. Joel Pedro, Tails Sonic and Sonic TF are the only figures this year for the Sonic line. Any news on Neo Cortex? Are they the only figures? No, of course we're going to get some stuff from our friends over at GNF, but I believe that will be it from us, which is, how do I say it? Tons. If you compare it to last year, we only did... Did we do anything last year?
What, sorry?
I don't think we did anything last year.
For what?
Sonic... We did no Sonic product last year. So getting 2 this year is like tons. Is that right? We did nothing last year. 25th was 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, and it was like Chopper.
Right.
And then the Booms.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Any news on Neo Cortex coming on very, very nicely. James Bennington, just dropping in to say hello this week and to say that I'm blown away with how eager people are to see Sonic and Tails and TF. Right? You know, there was a time before, Chocks, when we used to every single time do anything Sonic go, where the Sonic fans at? There's been a lot less than that recently, right? We've been able to, like, you know, the Sonic fans are representing. It's only taken 60,000 members to, like, get them to show up, right?
Slowly but surely.
No, it's cool, it's cool. Is the chat frozen again?
I'm just trying to double check. Yeah, I think so.
Aye, come on, let's keep an eye on that. That's annoying. Pablo Navarro. Sonic and Tails looks amazing, but the first tease picture had them in the modern design. Nope, it was just the eye color. They were always classic. I really want a cute modern Tails and modern Sonic and Tails statue. Hey, there's no reason why we can't do more dioramas in the modern series. Sky's the limit. Brenton Freely, did Mario and Yoshi DX hit sales 1K? No, I don't believe so. Otherwise, Chocks will be telling me that it's last chance today or something like that. Alrighty, shoutouts. Troy in the house. Oxnard. Braddock, how's it going? Sammy Dimmermanus, what's going on? Patrick Rabensteiner, what's going on? Shout out to Femke Tavern. How's it going? We got Sharon Van de Vijva. Vijva. Yeah. Chelsea Harris in the house. McNally. What happened to McNally? Except for McNally, adding you back on the list.
I'll explain it in there.
VQ made it. Victoria Crombie, what's going on? Validation Queen and Seth Duran, how's it going? Shout out to you guys. Oh, I see what you did.
Yes, nothing special.
Chelsea Harris, since Alucard is finally shipped, will that factory be starting on Mantis soon? Yes! Nana say, 138 valid entries so far for King of the Ring 4. You should get your staff to enter to see how well they do. Like a little internal competition, maybe a day off. The last staff member standing. It's good. Over to you, Chocks.
What?
Rally the staff.
Yeah, I'm sure they got time for that.
Patrick Munchberg. Praise the sun. How's the production of Ornstein going, and when can you expect go for packaging soon? I'd probably say about a month, I would say. Happy Easter to you, my friend. Saman Antanes. Bowser. How's production going? I'm supposed to be going at the end of the month, beginning of next month, to sort of see possibly to start packing on that. So I've got basically 2 weeks of intense strength training to prepare for the DDT. I'm waiting for the mini Akkus. I may order a Crash since they are in stock. If I like these here today. I thought Crash by himself would look odd, but with a couple of mini Akkus, it looked nice for sure. Now that's really interesting that you would actually. Would there be anybody who would be interested in the mini Akkus without Crash? That for me would be quite interesting. Troy Blair, do you feel the rules in the group have become too strict? Lately it feels that if you control what we do or say or post, I understand there has to be some restrictions, but lately it feels the fun has been taken at the club. Do you feel this will affect the group in a negative way? Nope. I don't care. Troy's referring to the fact that he's spamming on my... If I'm putting something up on Shiranui, the last thing I want to see is you going, what's going on Truth or Minda? It's not good etiquette. It's not about being restrictive. It's just, don't do that. It's not what you do in forum etiquette. Don't hijack an OP's post, please. In terms of it being strict, look, the club is fashioned in the way that I said. If you're interested in X, Y, and Z, stay for it. If you're not, nothing I can do about it. That's the way that we want the club to be. We feel we give a lot of our time and effort and put a lot of energy into it. And if that's not what you want after that, up to you. MAD. War or Darksiders. Would you go dynamic or museum with a pose? I think War can pull off both. I would go. It depends on the scale and the product, and just thinking. Just thinking. I showed it to you.
I think you did.
Nice. You guys fell for that. Is it April the 1st, yeah? Every single time we'll say that. I showed it to you, right? As if we're like done something.
No, you gotta.
So in the end, we went for the tickling pose.
Yeah.
The self-tickle.
I think one can put that off.
Yeah, the self-tickle. But shouldn't quit playing games with his heart. All right, Tyler Odom. Thanks for the update for midnight. Oh, nice. You've just seen it, yeah. Is there any news on the DE base display? Would it possible to get a USB slot on the DE? I think there is a USB slot on there. Yeah, there is. I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah. So, but I'm pretty sure I've shown you all of this already. I did an update on this, and I'm pretty sure I covered all of that. USB slot on the base, USB slot on the top and the bottom. I believe so. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I've shown you guys that. 7 minutes to go. Brendan Rastello. Icapio Q3 or Q4? Probably Q2.
2020.
So, and then dot. 2020. Possibly. Yeah. We'll get to it. Quit playing games with his heart. Is it pre-order here or live on the website? Jasmine, it will be on the website for showsies. I wouldn't do war in 1/4. Neo D for your reference. I don't think, as this goes back to the point, I don't think, for example, that the community can handle expensive Darksiders merchandise.
Yep. Indeed.
Prove me wrong, Neo D. I think a more bigger style 1/6 is better than a 1/4 for something unproven like Darksiders. If it was to be on a horse for shoresies, it would definitely be 1/6 because 1/4 wouldn't work. But even standalone war or any of that, death, I'd do it 1/6. I'm getting more and more pull to do 1/6. I believe the problem is the pricing of the 1/4. It's got to the point where it's just too expensive for people now. Nice one, Jen's. He's excited about the Akus, and we'll be showing that in 5 minutes. I just want to say, for the first time, we did a documentary. We're not gonna be showing it. We'll bring it out and we'll show it live, right? Then we'll run the documentary. And running the documentary was filmed for the first time in our new studio. The setup of the lighting is so much better that you can actually see the quality of the piece much better. I think when you look back over it and you compare it to the previous ones, the lighting effect before was so overpowering that actually kind of washed out a lot of the details, and that was a bit of a shame. So hopefully you'll enjoy the step up in quality, even though there's no change with the quality of the camera or whatever, but just generally the actual the quality of the lighting, I think, makes a huge difference. And we hope you like what you see. And one more thing about that is, it was also quite new. We didn't know until afterwards, but the sound is a tiny bit echoey because the size of the studio is ginormous.
It's not too bad unless you turn the volume up.
Right.
Yeah, because when I was going through the documentary, I could see the obvious difference.
Randall, in case you don't know, you were a winner for the last week's hashtag. Ramon, absolutely, we take price into consideration. Now, there's no reason why I can't. I'm very happy to revisit things in different scales. Like, for example, I'm just taking War as an example. If I made War in 1/6 and it did really, really well, there's no reason why I wouldn't also consider doing a 1/4 later on. I have no problems with that. I didn't know. What do I do? What do I do for that? Chocks will contact you sometime this year. I'll give you some points. Yeah. Do you know me? Is it a Phil thing?
It's a Phil. Don't worry, I'll let Phil know. Phil will find. Just look out. If you're not friends with Phil, make sure to check out the what's that section? The message requests.
Oh, you mean like it's like sitting in your.
If it's posting you through Facebook, just check out your message requests.
Right. how do you find out if you're winning from last week if you missed it when you announced it? Rachel Ann, you would be contacted offline later on. I mean, you were not offline. You'll be contacted via, if you weren't on the stream, you're just like all of a sudden, oh, random, I got some points. It would appear like that in your messages. Is there any updates on the twinkling stars of Warp Star Kirby? Are you just going to add some dimmer effect, or is it just going to be flashing on and off? It's just twinkling on and off. Is there flashing? I don't know if it needs to have a dimmer switch on that. It also has a completely on thing. That's a good point. You may be right. It should be a little bit more twinkly. I think you're right. It should go... Okay, you know what? I'm going to go write that now.
Hey, Lorenzo. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Lorenzo. Did you join the stream or something?
He is on the stream. I told him to ping me when he gets back. Just so he's safe and sound.
For the Warp Star Kirby.
Hey, Manuel. Phil must be
be
busy at this time. I wait 3 days now for the answer of my ticket.
Stars.
Did you log into your account by any chance? Did you go into your My Tickets?
Fade in and fade out. Quite. It shouldn't just be flash on and flash off. It will look better. Do it because who says so? Kyrian says do it. I've just told them, the team, that Kyrian says so, and therefore we need to get it done.
Hey Manuel, I'm not exactly sure why you're saying that CS hasn't replied back to you. What's your ticket number? Could you PM me your ticket number and I'll have a look into it? There's no way. The only method of checking your ticket is logging into your My Tickets. Unless the ticket says it's been closed, then there should be no reply. If not, PM me. If it's been more than a couple of days, then PM me. If not, then I'd suggest create a new ticket. There's no reason why there's not been a reply after 3 days.
It has been 4 seconds before we have to do this, Chucks. 1. Boom.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this.
Yeah.
This one is the OG. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. It's to you. I love the diorama look on this, guys.
Hey Raymond, yes, you can go to Redbubble. On there, search for First for Figures. There's
They're all connected. That's cool.
I believe there's about 4 or 5 shirt designs there.
They're all connected.
Do check. You don't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It's been connected since Gamescom.
I didn't know that. I never set that shit up. That's awesome. Oh shit, it's gotta go that way. There's a reason why you don't let me handle stuff yet.
Hey Manuel, I'm not going to be able to give you a reply ASAP. I'll have to come back next week when the office is reopened, next Tuesday, so I can pass on the information to Phil to look into your ticket number, okay? So don't
Jesus,
forget.
are we still CSing this?
There's also, yeah, no. There's also a time zone difference, so I will just keep in touch with me, okay? And then I'll get Phil to look into it. No need to go into the details. Just give me the ticket number and I'll follow up for you, okay? Thanks.
All right, now they got that done.
Real-time CS.
Let me just get rid of the countdown. Just get rid of that. Okay.
All right.
Here we go, guys. Mini Aku mask. All nice and cute. Look at those details. Even at that small size, we've got all the kind of details of the life-size one in there as well. A nice wood grain effect. Love it. Nice vibrant colors on the actual feathers themselves. I'll just put it in, Chocks, you want to have a quick talk about your base, and then we won't go into too much detail because we'll talk about a lot more detail in a video that we're going to run for you in a minute.
Yeah, really focus on the documentary, guys. It goes into more detail. All right, guys, just to highlight. So this is based off the same level that we did for the Crash Resins and the life-size Aku Math. So it's a very similar Aztec feel to it.
For the base, yeah.
Yeah. So it matches with the previous releases in that kind of same theme and style. You can see the foliage, the leaves.
Yeah, it's some extra details on that.
And then some extra leaves on the side. And you can see the vines that goes around the pillar. Careful.
You put it in, I don't trust myself. Is that the right one?
Yeah, that's the right one.
You do it. You put it on the table. Hold on, what mouse is there?
You guys.
There you go.
So, right now it's placed on the pillar itself, where it gives off the impression that it's floating.
I love it. I love that way that it does that floating impression.
Guys.
Okay, guys. So look, we're going to be running this video. We're going to go through more information on that. I'll be talking about the pricing, the details, and
yeah, check out for the comparison photo in the documentary as well.
Yeah, you know, it's really important to see how he looks with Crash himself. Of course, it is a companion piece. So again, hope you like the new studio setup. We'll see you in about 45 minutes, something like that. And we hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you on the other side. What is up, guys? This is Alex from First Figures.
Hey there everyone, this is Juggles.
Who do we have here? Crash Bandicoot's Mini Aku Mask! Hey! What a bit of a mouthful there,
Yes.
Chogs, but finally we're here.
We're here.
It's been a long time in coming.
long.
Do you know what? This is a fantastic companion piece for the Crash resins. Now the Crash resins have now actually gone into the marketplace, so it is the perfect time to introduce the companion piece for the Crash companion, for the Crash resin. Now, what does a companion piece mean? What did that come from? All that sort of good stuff. Make sure you hang around in this video because we're going to be going through all of that, all of your questions answered with regards to that. But it made sense that now that this piece is actually in the marketplace, I'm talking about Crash resin, we can now really sort of be able to talk about this mini Aku mask. And people are going to be able to really sort of see how it might look with their actual piece. Hence the term companion pieces, which is something kind of new for us over here. So it's definitely something that we're super excited to finally show you guys. It's been a lot of sort of a long time in coming, but you know, finally we're here. One of the fun things about this, Chogs, of course, is it's so colorful. It's really cool. I like the way that we keep it suspended in the air by magic. No, it's not magic. It's not quite that. It's actually quite good engineering team. Will have a bit of a spin on this turntable. It's going to take a bit of a time. It's a bit of a slow one, but you'll be able to see the way that we engineered it so that it keeps it up in the air, just like that. So Chocs, tell me about this video. What is it part of?
Yes, so this is the making of. So the making of the Crash Bandicoot Mini Aku Mask. So we're going to go through everything from A to Z. You know, where this product came from, how did we come about. If you're a first-time viewer, this will be your first time watching this Crash. I mean, it's great as a companion piece to at home or your work. If you're a big massive Crash fan, you may have picked up one of our Crash resins or one of our Crash PVCs or even the large version of the Aku Mask. And you know, you want something small to complement with your collection. This is also for you as well. So new fans and old fans as well.
Absolutely.
For the Crash series.
Absolutely. So
and so basically we go through, every time we do a product launch, we go through the making of. Any questions that you have, make sure to join our First Figures official collectors club on Facebook. In there, I will create a post every time we do a launch. And in there, you can ask away, and then we'll go through some of the questions in that thread.
Nice. So I take it you did that for this one?
Yes.
Did you come away with some questions?
Quite a few.
Oh yeah? Well, let's get started then.
Alright then, right, let's jump straight into it. First question from Adam Algamau. What made you decide to make a mini version of Aku?
Now, Adam's one of my boys. He was actually, you know, he's a massive Crash fan. So I'm not surprised to see he's got a question in here. He's, you know, been in the group for a long time supporting the Crash line. So what made you decide on doing a mini Aku mask? Now that's a really great question, and it kind of goes back to when we actually launched our Crash resin piece. And
the first one in the Crash series.
That's correct. That's correct. And what we actually did was we had, you know, the Crash original resin, just to recap, right? And you know, Ting, Enoch, do some overlays here of what the original one looked like, right? We started off with the Crash standard version, crazy eyes, non-crazy eyes, you know, all of that sort of good stuff. but also it came with an exclusive version, Chocks. And the exclusive version came with not one, but two acrylic style boxes. Now, crates, I will call them. If you are aware of anything to do with the Crash lore, crates are a huge part of the series. And we wanted to sort of bring that into the marketplace. We wanted to bring that into our product. So we made the Crash crate as part of the exclusive. Now, just to be really clear, the Crash crates were done in this acrylic style where it was a kind of 2D acrylic thing that would place it together, and it gave a bit of a 3D depth to it because we had a sort of base that matched this, and it kind of had the crates themselves, and I believe they were question mark ones?
Yes, one with Crash.
His face
and
the question mark one as well, right? And we put them up, and I think quite a lot of people were, I think they're a little bit underwhelmed. We keep a lot of tabs our ears to the ground, understanding, of course, the reception to our products, and I think a lot of people loved the Crash himself, but they were a little underwhelmed with the exclusive version of the Crash, specifically for the acrylics. And it was really nice, actually, that when people started receiving their Crashes and they actually got them, a lot of people were saying, oh, this is actually a lot better than I expected it to be. And that's fantastic because, it's very hard to sometimes convey what we show. We show these videos, we show pictures, we show documentaries, we show teasers, all that sort of stuff. It's still quite a little bit tough to really convey exactly what it is. And I think it's a really good example for the acrylic, something that no one's really sort of seen before, that you could actually therefore see it in hand. And once you've seen it in hand, you have a different opinion on what it may look like, because it's kind of hard to sort of see unless you see it yourself. So I felt quite vindicated that actually when people received it, they were like, this is actually all right. And I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah. Especially with the backdrop that came with the Crash exclusive as well.
Right, it was a beautiful
acrylics matching with the added extra depth as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And it would enhance any Crash collection. However, the seeds of the mini Aku Aku mask was actually born as a result of this. And what happened was we thought to ourselves, because we followed this kind of rule, I mean, it's not a hard rule, but recently we offer the regular, or actually the standard version of our product. We often offer the exclusive version at the same price point as our standard version for the exclusive. So the exclusive version is typically offered the same price point as our standard one, and that is exactly what we did for Crash. We added the backdrop, we added the 2 Wumpa fruits, and we added those 2 acrylic crates, same price as the standard version. And I'm going to be honest with you, to see people actually complaining a little bit about the exclusive version, the fact that they're the same price point, it kind of made me feel a little bit, feel like there's something that could be more out there. And what I mean by that is I'm talking about the hardcore fans that might want to pay more for something that's a little bit more substantial. Now, we have no problems making more complicated things, but the reality is that Crash resin standard and exclusive were the same price, and it came with those extras. Now, you can't expect, the first thing people said was, why weren't those acrylic crates real, 3D, and in resin? It's a great question, and I will come back and straight away and say to you, we could have done that, but the price point, of course, would not have been the same as what it was. And there, my friend Chocks, is the key point. We can't do something as crazy and complicated as making those resin crates, those acrylic crates, but in resin and in 3D, which of course would have been the best thing for the same price. It's just not possible. So taking that logic into consideration, we started developing a concept here at First of Figures called the Definitive Edition. Now the Definitive Edition, Chocks, is almost like if we had done the crates in full 3D in resin instead of the acrylic ones, we would have called that the Definitive Edition, but it would have come with a price point that would have matched the fact that it's much more substantial than the acrylics that came with it. Things aren't it's just basic logic. It's just basic common logic that the price would be more expensive when you have something as substantial as the crates. So that whole fan feedback on the acrylics, really, the sort of negative feedback to that really let us think about, actually, you know what then? We would like to make this piece here, which was the mini Aku Aku mask that matches that, the resin, and it's almost like what could have been done at the same time as the Crash, and we would have called it the definitive edition, and it would have had the price point to match that, of course. And so birthed the idea of definitive editions, which is more for the people who, we're all about choices here at First Figures. You have the standard version, you have the exclusive version, and if the piece warrants it, a definitive edition. That is the sort of options that we try to offer our customers. And having the sort of missed the boat, per se, on making a definitive version of the Crash, of which most likely this would have been it, that led to the concept of companion pieces.
Because the general concept of a pre-order would be, here's your version, X, Y, and Z, and then the pre-order period, and then that's kind of done and dusted.
Right.
But obviously there were a lot of fan feedback saying, why can't we have this? Why can't we have that item, etc., etc. And then this is, like I said, part of this companion series, where we could always offer a mask, we can always offer a crate, and then down the line we could offer something extra. So it keeps the appetite for the Crash fans moving.
Basically the DLC.
Yes, the DLC, yes, the add-on pack.
Absolutely.
Because there's always going to be a newer upgrade, a newer version, and extending that Crash collection. And I'm sure Crash fans would have Crash in their collection no matter what. But do they have this? Do they have character B, character C, or item A, B, C in their collection? And this is where the companion series comes in. Right.
And it's also, the actual terminology of companion series really is, there's a technical thing about it as well. In case you're new to First Figures, we have this option where people can actually purchase the same number throughout the series. So let's say the first in the series is Crash Resin, okay, that's definite. Obviously that's been in and out of the marketplace. The next one coming up is Dr. Neo Cortex, it's confirmed. He's looking great, he's at the painting stage right now, looks amazing. When you receive the first in the series, and that is, it's a Crash, and let's say you get number 3, you open the box, you look How did that happen? How is that possible?
At which point did it stop, guys?
Can't rerun it.
Can you not rerun and start from a certain point?
Absolutely don't think so.
Try it.
You can't. You absolutely can't.
It has to start from the beginning.
No, I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous.
No, it does.
Yeah,
That's
so.
the only option.
I believe so. I don't believe there's any way to. What is up, guys? This is Alex from First with Figures.
Hey there, everyone. This is CHOCKS.
Who do we have here?
These videos.
Crash Bandicoot's Mini Aku Mask. Hey, what a bit of a mouthful there,
Yes.
Jogs. But finally, we're here.
We're here.
It's been a long time in coming. Do you know what? This is a fantastic companion piece for the Crash resins.
Crash Bandicoot's Mini Hey, what a bit of a mouthful there, Jogs, but finally we're here. It's been a long time in coming. Do you know what? This is a fantastic companion piece for the Crash resins. Now, the Crash resins are now actually gone into the marketplace, so it is the perfect time to introduce the companion piece for the Crash companion for the Crash resin. Now, what does the companion piece mean? What did that come from? All that sort of good stuff. Make sure you...
We were talking about numbers on the base, because that's what Ian says. Alright? Monya, she says she's dying.
Thanks.
Don't go there, Monya. You know, stay safe.
The only thing I can think of is going to be like on the fly.
We were talking about the idea of companion. Talking numbers on the base.
Well, I have no idea what that means. So I've got the documentary. I've got it here. Let's see if I can do this. So
Play it from YouTube, yeah?
possibly. Let's see if that even works. Where is it? The video discussing group, and then it is has it given the updated one. This is the number 2.
That's the 4K one, though.
Yes, but I'm just running a video. I'm not playing it natively, if that makes sense, right? I believe. Let me see if I can get this working, because I'm by no means a OBS experto.
Get someone that is.
Well, that's supposed to be Enoch, isn't it? Although he doesn't do it either. Wonderful. That's the way we like to do it.
So Ian says, talked about when you get Crash and it's number 3, for example, and how you could get the next in line as the same number. That's when it cut out.
So we started at 8
I love you too, Monya.
So probably like it's been going for like
The numbers.
I'd say like 15, 14 minutes. Yeah. Had I just drunk something? Alright, let's just Chabador, who you know,
Really?
something like that. Well, I don't know.
Just start on there. Yeah.
So we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
In real time,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here, because that's skills. I should say technical difficulties. You can still hear us. And then what I need to do
At least we're still
is-
online, guys. We're not offline.
We're not.
We're not offline.
For now. Then I guess what I need to do is add a new window.
What does the numbers mean?
New window. Go YouTube feed. From web. Right. And then I bring that in there. Okay, so far so good.
It's a good thing I was looking at the messages.
I was about to go and do the biggest dump. And you'll be like, Alex, you come back and then do a dump some other time. But you know what it's like when you gotta go, you gotta go. So hold on, if I then...
It's a good thing there's a toilet in that studio and it's super close.
Yeah, of course.
But then again, being so close, you might spend too long.
What is up, guys? This is Alex from First
You
Figures,
would have the
checking
urgency to
out
rush
the
back into the office.
updated
That's
true
So if I hit
form
play, let me see whether or not you guys
Midna.
actually hear any of this.
Let me show you some of the
So now it's
differences that
playing.
we've
Can
done.
you guys hear it?
Alright, this is the new one. Okay. And some of the differences,
So let's
it's
just say that-
still not 100% there yet,
The true form mid-nose.
but I can show you some of the differences. The first one is, let's have a quick look at the top over here. So right now, if you look at the way that this has been done, it's a lot
Okay, hold on.
more...
Turn that on first. Yep. Put that back on. Can you hear anything?
Can you just hear Crash? There's a slight delay.
I don't think they can, because look, I don't see any movement from that.
No, they're still talking about midnight, so there's a slight delay.
No, I know.
Kelly Cruz says yes.
Well, you can hear us on Facebook.
Yes to what?
Hear us on YouTube.
I don't know if she's referring to us
Okay,
on
sure.
live now. Can you guys hear the video, the actual video, not us?
Because the last thing we want to do is actually talk for us.
You're talking over it. You're just talking live. That's what everyone's saying.
Bollocks. So how on earth do I get the sound to go through there?
No audio on the video. Thank you, Debbie. Now that's how you describe.
Annoying. How the hell do I do that then? Oops. Gordon Bennett. Properties. Why would it crash? You think it was because too high resolution?
I don't know. I don't want to worry about that now. Just get this fixed. Something's been crashing. Guys, do apologize that the website crashed today. But we managed to go back on live, and I'm sure we must have taken in an extra 100 statues on pre-orders.
That says desktop audio. Let me turn that off. In terms of, let's give it a bit of turn off. Yeah. Is that working now? In terms of the actual Aku mask itself, I think this might be the same. Now we had learned things going through the development process.
I think
we originally painted this a blue feather with green stripes, and we were told actually it needs to be with blue stripes.
I remember that.
And we made that same mistake here, Chocks. So we knew exactly what we were doing with this piece once we actually were making the smaller version. All the mistakes that we did with the life-size one were going to be differently put into here. The details themselves, we've kept all those details that you can see from this piece.
To save the day.
Chocks, why don't you actually see you in a bit. Sort of look at some of the details, talk about, maybe you've never seen the life-size one.
That's right, yeah.
We'll show some comparisons to that
definitely,
later.
Definitely, and do check our website for the life-size as well. Basically, you kind of pretty much transition everything that we made from the life-size into this mini one, especially even with the sculpted eyes and nose and brow and the teeth as well. So yeah, the feathers are exactly the same. Blue on that side, then yellow in the middle, red, and then purple.
That was a lot of back and forth on that as well, wasn't
there?
Yeah,
it was like, where does what go? And obviously this is based from the remastered, I believe. No, based on the classic. Yeah, because I remember doing research, and all different versions had like some
variations.
Some had like 5 feathers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so and then texture lines. Obviously,
he's wooden.
Wooden. That's why you see the kind of.
But he's made in resin, but it'd be given that wooden effect with the wood grain effect.
That's right. Yeah, and the shadings are all there. The gradients, for example, the green underneath the where the eye is. So darker greens to the lighter greens, and.
Whilst we're talking about those feathers, can we just have a quick talk about our studio setup? This is our first documentary in our new studio setup, and we've got something that's quite new for us, which is some lighting behind us in our new studio. I've got blue behind me, and Chocks has got purple. And what's the inspiration of that, Chocks? Purple, purple feather, and blue feather. So
we need more lights so we can have the red and yellow as well.
All right.
One step at a time.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, so guys, hopefully this new studio setup, the colour's a bit more popping than it was before. Not too harsh.
Yeah, I think I think you can see some good shading. The previous one, it was hard to see any shadows.
Yeah.
And therefore, if you don't see shadows, it's hard to see the 3D depth of it.
Yeah, definitely can see it there, especially with the nose area. And then you can see the green goatee underneath.
Chinny chin chin.
Yeah, that's right.
So the leaf design.
The leaf design, and the way it's in front of this statue, this pillar, gives off the impression that it's floating.
Now, of course, in the game itself, he floats around everywhere. So it really made sense to give a kind of sense of him being in the air.
Yeah, so I guess fans of Aku Aku would know what he looks like. And then, so this is kind of, look at the base right now. Straight away, the base, we've kept the same theme, so it matches well with the original Crash resin, and it also matches with the large Aku Aku mask as well. Yeah.
And the acrylics.
And the acrylics as well. And the acrylics as well. So it's based on the same level.
It's a collection now. It's gonna make sense altogether.
Yeah. So if you have if you notice the backdrop of the exclusive version, the kind of a diorama piece, this one is based on that same very the same very level as well. So you can see the greenery, the foliage, the leaves, the plants, they're all different. So you have the bigger lump right in front there, all individually sculpted, different shades of greens.
Now, we still need to 100% figure out exactly how we're going to do this to make sure it arrives not broken, whether or not we need to convert some of it into PU or PVC in a way that all things need to be researched with when it comes to production side. Certainly, there might be some of these might be
around the back here.
I mean, look how quite easily and small the
grass,
the foliage there. So all of that sort of stuff needs to be confirmed, but you can believe that it's going to look like this at least, certainly, for sure.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go back to the front bunch of leaves. You can see that all these are individually sculpted. You can see the veins, the vines that go down the side, and you can see the edge of the leaf itself.
Yeah, the stems are actually raised, and it's got the lines going down. Then you have this sort of subtle kind of the way that there's sort of cuts in there. Now, we haven't done it like it's absolutely like you can see each line like that, like it's kind of like the way a realistic leaf would look. We wanted to keep that cartoony look to it, so it has that very much sort of impression of detail just by having the kind of cuts around the edges.
And the same goes with the grass right underneath. You have to really go into the bushes to see the grass. And then you have these different types of plants on the back. Now these are a brighter, lighter green. Again, these one has more detail.
That's right.
Yeah, you can see the actual lines going across the actual individual leaf.
It's how do I say it? Yes, the base itself, it's got a kind of like a muted color, but then the impact of the strong greens and the dark greens and the reds of the mushrooms at the behind.
Around the front,
yeah. The mushrooms at the back, and of course the vibrancy of the actual mask itself. It makes for a feast for the eyes, Chocks. A feast for the eyes. You know, you're looking at all over the place. There's always details everywhere. Now, did you talk about this vine wrapping around?
Yeah. So it's kind of like the big. You can see a thicker one that goes around it, and then you have smaller vines that intertwines with each other.
And these are all hand painted, so we have to make sure that there's precision with the way that we paint the little sort of vines that come off the edge.
And then the actual pillar itself, the rock.
That's some beautiful texture on there, Chocks.
Yeah, cracks. You know, it's just definitely, has that kind of a jungle feel where everything's kind of worn. Greenery all over it, and then obviously at the bottom of the pillar is much more darker because it's kind of like into the ground, so you have much more darker blacks and greys going all the way to the top.
Now of course, in Sanity Beach, you get off you wake up on the beach and you run through the jungle. All of this sort of foliage and the pillars and the mushrooms, all of that is really inspired by that level. And of course, if you play the game, there's tons of areas where it's mechanical or what have you, but this is really about the first level. And we didn't want to just do the same as the life-size Aku mask and just shrink it down. We wanted to play a little bit more about the piece itself, and that's why we didn't sort of just opt just to shrink it down. So I really like how this came out.
Yeah, and then right at the base, this is all sculpted, and every single green part you see here, that is moss. Yeah.
That's right. And the way this works is you don't just paint it on Chocks.
Nope.
It's done through a special technique where you put glue all over there, then you have to sprinkle the the moss on top of it to then apply it onto it. And then once that's been done, you then have to actually add a different wash of green to have different variations. Because if you just did it all green, one color, it's just going to look like a mini lawn. Right? So actually having different colors of greens, you can sort of see it in here. There's yellows and greens in there, subtle changes in the way it looks. That will make it a little bit more natural looking.
That's right.
You can tell that, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. And then again, with the base, it's all sculpted to look just like stone, different shades, different black washes, cracks. So definitely matches with the crash resin and the large aqua mask.
It's a lovely little piece, Chocks.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm really happy how it came out as the first companion piece in that regards. For sure. I mean, we did a Shovel Knight player too, but that was really just a variant. Whereas this one is actually sculpted specifically for this piece, and
its own dedicated launch.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. Anything else to add for the details?
I think that's it. I think
Okay.
we covered all the leaves, the grass, the mushrooms. Yeah, I believe that's it. Okay then, next question from Alessio Bucci. It's called Mini, but how big is it?
Well, yeah, you know, maybe my definition of mini and your definition of mini might be, how do I say it, slightly
true.
different.
That is true.
But I can tell you based on this,
Okay.
you can do based on these cans. These are 330 ml cans and it's not enough. So it's slightly more, it's probably about 3.5 of these cans.
And this is the highest point here, this red feather, the tip of the red feather.
Yeah, that's right. And it's about 3.5 cans, and these are 330 mils. In America, it's 355.
I think it's 355, correct?
So it's slightly different, but just to give you a bit of an idea.
Yeah.
But Chocks, instead of the can test, just tell me how many inches and centimeters, all that good stuff is.
And I am so well prepared, I don't even need my tape measure. But let's go with the height. Is here, yeah. All right, from the bottom of the base to the top of the highest point, which is the red feather here. This is the height. I have that at 16 inches tall. All right, that's 16 inches tall, so that's 40 centimeters. Yeah, nice, not too high. For the width,
It's still got some size to it, though, hasn't it?
yeah, definitely. From the width is this side to this side. That's the width. I have that around 8 inches, so that's 20 centimeter wide because of the foliage is just overhanging the base.
Just a little
so
bit.
that's 8 inches wide, 20 centimeters. And for the depth, which would be, okay, because the front of the mast all the way to the back, so right now it's here. The depth, I have that at 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches, so that's 19 centimeters. All right, and the weight, I have that at 1.8 kg. So nice for something this small. It's a nice little weighty piece.
Yeah, I mean, just to always give a bit of a caveat on that, this is of course the prototype. When we're in production, things might vary slightly, etc., etc. So just give you a heads up on that. But yeah, cool. I like it.
All right. So is that mini enough for you? All right, next question from Brendan Rostello. What, if any, details are different from the life-size Aku mask?
Now, when we sort of talked a little bit earlier, when Devon was asking about, Devon Winstrom earlier was asking, was there anything, did we apply anything or did we learn anything from the life-size one into making the mini one? Well, I said actually we covered it all. It's all exactly the same. We learned, what we talked about with a blue feather at the top and understanding what we needed to do there. Now, of course, I say it's exactly the same. You might not believe me, so do you know what, Chocks? Why don't we show them? In 3, 2, 1. Boom! Okay, well, so if you put them next to each other, of course, it does look a bit mini. Now you know why it's.
I remember doing that for the last documentary.
It doesn't quite have the same effect like that, but absolutely. Now you can understand how it compares to the original life-size one.
Yep.
The life-size one obviously over here, and this one of course is the mini one. I think the term mini Aku mask is a little bit more appropriate now that you compare it between the Big Daddy and of course the mini one here. So in terms of the way they look, in terms of the details, all of the details that we had from this, we managed to shrink it down into this piece over here, the same type of wood grain, the wood textures, all that good stuff. Give a bit of a turn, Chocks. And what I was saying earlier, of course, as well, Chocks, was that we talked about how this piece was a different sculpt to this piece. We wanted to give it the feeling that it was that very... because we knew we were going to make our own dedicated piece, that we thought we're not just going to make it smaller. That would be a little bit, how do I say, lazy, I think is the word. And I'm happy we didn't. I'm glad we didn't. I love that they have their own thing going on.
Uniqueness. I mean, the way here, where the life-size Aku mask is
spinning out of it.
Spinning round,
right,
out of the crate. upwards, and then you can see the way the mask is positioned, whereas the mini one is kind of like floating, so it's floating at an angle as well. You can see they're not straight looking on.
That's absolutely right, and we did that just to give a sense of sort of looseness to the pose, where he's floating around and he's never always necessarily in a straight position, or he could be floating around everywhere. But as you can see with the way that the camera's turning, and you're picking up on all those details there, they're looking as they should do. I've got to say the turntable's struggling a little bit, but it's managed to getting around. Two quite big bases. And you know, again, Chocks, what you were talking about earlier about the bases, you can really sort of see it now when you put the bases side by side, that you can see that they're the same series, no doubt. No differences in terms of the way. This one also has that moss effect with the yellowing of it, and as is that one as well. So we really wanted to make sure that it had that. Had that. One other thing to compare about, of course, is as we sort of actually give it a bit of a spin, something that's also very similar to CHOCKS is you might have noticed there's a little black button here.
Yeah, okay.
And there's also a little black button over there as well. Now, they match each other for some reason. I wonder what that could be. Well, let's give it a bit of a turn back to the original location, and then we can show you what that is for. Okay, so let's turn that off. So in comparison, if you are aware of what we did with the life-size Aku Aku, we have this one as well, and boom, the lights of the eyes, they turn on. That comes with the exclusive version, which is only available on our website.
Yep.
The life-size one also does, the life-size one also comes with the sound motion sensor, which actually has the sound effect for that. This one doesn't have that, so that's a slight difference. Okay, and you can, maybe you put your hand in front of it, Chocks, you can show it's right. So that's what the life-size one has, and that's the mini one. We want to show you the differences between the two. We couldn't put that sort of stuff in here as well. And that's what the mini Akus are for. They have the light up for the exclusive version. That's the main difference, I think, between these two. Of course, obviously the size, the sculpt, what have you, and of course that has the, one more time, Chocks, I love it.
Never failed.
Thanks for indulging me there. So, yeah, again, that is the standard version. Turn on the lights, exclusive version. Now, I believe this is still available on our wait list. It's currently in production right now, almost finished.
Yeah.
Go ahead and jump on the wait list if this is something that you also may want. Hopefully your order can convert, and just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Boom! All right, Chocks, what's next?
All right, shout-outs. Okay, so what are they? Shout-outs, basically, as I was mentioning earlier, in the club we will make a post about this making of documentary, and in there I'll randomly leave a comment saying, hey, the first 10 people that reply will get a shout-out from Alex.
I believe that's right now. All right, let's do this. Amanda Kirby in the house. Shout out to Scotty Thomas Collard. How's it going? I know he's a big fan also of Spiral. Elaine Kennedy, how's it going? She's a big Sonic fan as well. Glad to see her in here as well. Nathanja Van Vemde, I should say. Vemde. We've got Nana Say in the house. We've got Jamie Bailey, what's going on? Jacqueline Oostermeyer. We have Stefan McNally, Dennis Keep, and last but not least, Kevin Cantero. Congrats on your shout outs, guys.
All right, brilliant.
All right, sweet.
All right, next question from Branton Friedley. Will you be making a ghost mini Aku mask statue?
Right here. Do you like it?
I have one here.
You got one too, Chocks?
Yes.
What's the limited edition for your one?
Ooh, what's the limited edition?
Yeah.
What, a number?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, my one is number.
What number's yours?
My number's 3, of course.
Okay, I'm number 4 then.
There's only so long we can keep that going. Actually, though, of course, we didn't make a ghost mini Aku mask, but we did make something else, and we're going to show you that in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Check it out, guys. Over by Chuckles, the golden mini Aku mask. Now I can't remember exactly how many crates you got to like smash down to get that.
I believe 3.
Right, there you go. And he comes out in this beautiful golden Aku mask, and it looks great. It's got this reflective look to it.
Yeah.
It's got this beautiful differences with the actual leaves themselves. A lot more metallic looking.
That as well.
Yeah.
That's different.
The teeth as well.
Yeah,
you can see
teeth,
this is much whiter, and that's a little bit more yellowy golden. And of course, this also comes with light up feature. Now this is only available on our website.
Yep.
And you can see, you can see the reflection of the light. It get really, if I turn this off, right, you can see a little bit of reflection on the nose here. But if you turn this one off and then turn on, you can really see the reflection on the nose. And that's really a reflection of the metallic paints that we've been using
it's definitely
for that.
very shiny front and back, all around.
Don't take our word for it, let's show you. So yeah, it definitely has a, it's nice to have that complement, to have that. Of course, we also did something similar for the life-size Aku mask in the golden variant as well.
Yes, we did.
So we did that. Now, whether or not there's a ghost version where he's translucent or whatever, if you guys want to see that, to answer Brenton's question, write the fans, let us know in the comments below, let us know in our group. And if that's what you guys want, we'll be more than willing to look into that, and we're always very willing to see what we can do when there is that kind of fan feedback for sure. But Chocks, everything the same regards to the base.
Everything the same. The base still has the same amount of foliage. You still have the vines going around the plinth. You have the mushrooms, the moss effect. It's just a different mask, and invincibility.
For sure. No, it's good. But of course, we will be offering these also on our website as a combo pack, I believe.
That's right,
Chocks.
yes. We do have a combo pack, and it should be one exclusive and one golden mini Aku mask.
For a little bit of a
discount,
as a little bit of a thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So, really looking forward so that this will eventually get into your collection, guys. And we look forward to seeing those crash displays getting more and more complicated, more and more complex.
Let us know which color you would go for, maybe both. Yeah.
Absolutely. So both of them come again with that button on the back that you can push to turn it on and what have you. So I'm really happy with how that came out. So Chocks.
Yes.
I will bother to ask you the measurements, but I know you're just going to simply say it's exactly the same. So I'll ask you the question: how tall is it, Chocks?
Ooh. About that? About what? 3 cans? 3.5 cans?
Yeah.
Height-wise, again, it's 16 inches, which is 40 centimeters. Width, it's 8 inches, so that's 20 centimeters. And depth is 7.5 inches, so that's 19 centimeters. And the weight, give or take, it should be the same, around about 1.8 kg. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can really see the way this reflects a lot more, I think.
Definitely.
It's subtle, but you can definitely sort of see it. It's not too in your face, but it's also when you look at it, he's got that reflective look to him. Absolutely. Chocks, we've been talking about these pieces as companion pieces, and they're companion pieces to, of course, Crash himself. Now, there's one thing we haven't done, of course, and that is actually show how they look with Crash Resin himself.
Yes.
That's kind of the important thing.
That's right.
So I feel like we should be doing that. So let me just swing these guys around, and then we'll put Crash right in the middle so you can see how they actually look with Crash in the middle and them side by side.
Yep. Okay.
Why don't we do that in 3, 2, 1. Boom! That is what it's all about, guys. A companion piece for Crash Resin. Unbelievable. That is an amazing, amazing display. I gotta say, Chocks, feel really proud that we can do this.
Yeah.
I think it looks amazing. If you are a Crash Bandicoot fan and you have the Crash Resin, we strongly, strongly, strongly recommend that you get this set up. It really enhances the piece. If you, they all sort of go together in such a really, really nice way. The bases, Chocks, they match. The way that the mask is floating, and it's not just as floating, Chocks, it's to scale.
Yeah.
Because of course, when he's running around, you see it from behind, or sometimes you see it from the side, but there is a natural scale of the mask that it goes over Crash's face, and of course it goes over there. it would fit just the way that it would be right in the game. Because in the game you sort of it's not 100%, etc. You know, this is a fantastic size comparison for them to go together. And what do you think, Chocks?
Yeah, definitely. I like the idea of the companion pieces. So it's something to like. I have my Crash maybe, let's say, a couple of months ago, and I feel like I want to keep the hype going, and it freshens up my collection as well. So it's like something nice to fit there, or just to maybe have it at work. Just a reminder that I have a Crash collection.
I think you can't forget you have a Crash collection, right. Chocks, to be honest with you.
I need reminding every day at work.
Absolutely, and hopefully you guys, it's coming up on the camera that you can really see how it sort of comes up. But I love it. I think they look really, really great together. Of course, I'm looking again at Crashy's Team Crazy Eyes, which is, if you don't know, well, you'll see when we swing it around. But all of a sudden now, it Chocks, the grand master plan is making sense. They're all looking great next to each other. Really
open so much doors. I mean, companion pieces for all the other characters we have down, in our library. There could be a companion piece for Spyro, which is, something great.
I think that's a great thing to talk about because I believe, Chocks, we have one more question.
Yeah. All right. Okay. From Kelly Cruz. Will companion pieces be a regular thing coming in the future? Wow. If so, would you be willing to make companions for older statues that are no longer in the production phase?
Well, in fact, that is a great question. It's sort of what you alluded to before, that it would be opening the doors for all of that for other pieces, other lines that we do. And I think that's absolutely right.
Current lines and previous lines as well.
Absolutely no problem with doing that. In fact, you can consider that's exactly what we've done for Crash himself, because Crash himself is already out of production. It's already finished. It's already in people's collections. We're not making any more Chocks. We may have a few in stock. I'm not even sure. But it's not like we have... Most companion pieces will come out after production has finished. That is almost by default. And we could apply that to many different things. And one of the things, Chocks, I was even thinking about is, it has to be asked, Dr. Neocortex, the second in the line, would it make sense for a companion piece of Uka Uka mask, a mini Uka Uka mask?
In scale, right? In scale
Absolutely.
with Dr. Neocortex.
Exactly. Would we do that? Would we make it, would we make a life-size Uka Uka? Would we do it so you receive your Neocortex and then release it? I'm quite excited about the possibility. And as you were saying, it doesn't just say it's just for Crash. You said it's some great ideas with Spyro. Could be this, could be that, specifically maybe a Sparks for Spyro. Look, we would love to hear from you guys. What would you like to see? We have so blessed to have such a huge library of different products and franchises that we can work with. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
That'd be great. We're just talking about resins, but we also have PVCs, right? So we have PVC Crash. Maybe, the next one down the line could be something, a full character or possibly a companion piece for that. Do let us know in the comments.
Absolutely right, Chocks. Absolutely right. So you guys, as you can see, it comes into view one more time. Really, really like how that setup is. Now, one more thing, Chocks, I think what we should actually show is, obviously, the Crash resin is what we had in mind when we made this piece. But of course, a lot of other, how do I say it? We've made something else that's Crash related that is already in the marketplace as well. Sure. And of course, that is a Crash that we did in PVC. Now, of course, that's from the Insane trilogy. And we would love to show you that as well, because maybe you have that in your collection and not this Crash. So why don't we show everyone what that might look like, and why don't we show that in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Check him out right there. Insane trilogy Crash right there. And of course, if you compare that, these look not so mini anymore, should I say, next to that. But isn't that an amazing collection for the Crash fans? Beautiful, beautiful pieces. The mini Aqua Aqua mask, the PVC Insane trilogy Crash, of course, the original Crash style from way back when, and of course the golden mini Aqua Aqua mask as well. Of course, we have the life-size one, which Chocks, I don't think we can fit on it.
I was like off the screen.
But
you can imagine. You can play around with perspective. So let's say you have your Crash PVC in front, and then your mini Aku mask further behind, it looks like giving off the impression that, hey, it's just floating right above.
Look at that.
There you go, exactly.
Put it like that.
Yes.
However you want to, yeah. There are many choices that you can do with this piece. It looks really, we can just, look at that.
It's cool.
However you want to display it, we are quite limited in terms of the actual space on this actual base itself. But that's a really good thing for the Crash guys to be able to play around with their displays in a way that they like. But very, very happy to see this. Look forward to seeing if this is actually a concept that you guys want. I mean, as I said, we came up with this idea of companion pieces as a result of the original Crash. We hope that we were right in doing this. So we would love to see the feedback, and we appreciate any support that you show us. Anything to add, Chocks, before you wrap this one up?
No, I mean, do check out our First Figures official Collectors Club on Facebook. We do have a YouTube channel, Instagram and Twitter as well. So once we start doing preparations for these launches, we will have more information about Crash on our website and those social media platforms as well. So any questions, do jump into the Collectors Club on Facebook and just ask us away. As tell us what do you want to see, who do you want to see next in the Crash line, PVCs, resins, companion pieces. Yeah, we're in there every single day, so do let us know. Rally the fans.
That's another one done then, Chocks. I'm your host, Alex.
I'm Chuckles.
FRF is love.
FRF is life.
And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Laters.
Are you sure?
Hey, we're done.
Like literally?
Literally, hurry up.
Of course, mate. Perfect timing. Right, so I take this off, and boom! Perfect timing. So we have obviously. Did you guys see them all together, Chocks?
Yes, they did.
How cool do they look together? What do you guys think? Oh, let me turn off desktop audio now. That's the last thing you want to hear. Can we talk about the numbering since it got skipped?
What's all this here like?
Like Peppa Pig and stuff.
I'm glad that doesn't show the unlisted videos.
That's a good point. That would be a boo-boo, wouldn't it? That's a good point. I'm glad we always do our due diligence beforehand. Always do our due diligence beforehand.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are saying that they missed out the numbering system.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the video cut off. So, which part of the numbering system that you guys don't understand?
Given that we didn't talk about any of it, I guess they didn't understand any of it because we didn't tell them any of it.
Which part of the numbering system, guys?
Give me some notes on that.
Ooh.
Okay, the way the numbering system works. Watch yourself, Chocks. This is going to go over there.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it.
Okay, I'm just going closer and closer to you. So the way the numbering system works is this is not a so the companion, so it's kind of a little bit complicated, so let's go over it one more time. The companion pieces go like this. Let's put companion pieces on one side. Let's re-talk about how it's done before. And what happens is you have what we call the main pieces in the line, of which the first one was Crash Resin. That was the main one in the line. And we are asking you to get your number. So let's say you get number 3 of Crash Resin. The next main character in that line is going to be Neocortex. And then after that, it's Jetpack Crash. Right? So let's repeat that. Resin, so Crash into Neo into Jetpack Crash. Those are the next 2, right? The next 2 pieces that are in the main line. We ask you that in order to keep your number, you must buy the next piece. So let's say you have number 3 of Crash, and you skip out on Neocortex and you go for Jetpack Crash. You forfeit your right to that number 3 because you did not buy Neocortex. And that whole idea of quote unquote forcing you to buy that next piece to save to your number, like a championship belt, that only is applicable to the main products in the line. Now, if you look at the main products in the line, the reason why we do that is I don't want you guys being forced to buy these companion pieces. Now, the companion pieces don't follow that logic. You don't have to buy the companion piece in order to save your number. We're not forcing you. Now, I think you could, it really started with the Shovel Knights, and that's a probably better example, right? Because Shovel Knight is the blue, original Shovel Knight, and the ornate plate. Those were the main ones in that line. And the next one, if there is one, would be, let's say Spectre Knight, Plague Knight, Shield Knight, whoever it might be. But as you know, Chocks, we're planning to release quite a few variants of the Shovel Knights, right? Now, we don't want to force you to buy the numbers of the Shovel Knights. Like Player 2 is coming, obviously we've done Player 2 for Shovel Knight. And then, of course, there is the Chainmail of Momentum, the black one, right? We don't want to force you to buy those in order to protect your number 3 for the Shovel Knight series before the next one comes out, i.e. Spectre Knight, Plague Knight, whoever it may be. That is the logical reasoning behind this. We call it the DLC of the statues that we do. So you're not forced to get the DLC. If you do, though, you will get the same number. So let's reiterate that. If you have authenticated Crash Resin and you have number 3 and you purchase Mini Aku Aku, you will also get written on the base the number 3 somewhere. It will be written somewhere, okay? If you have not purchased a Crash and you purchase a Mini Aku, there will be no number, because the number means nothing. It doesn't guarantee you anything for the next in the line. It's a DLC, right? There will be no number. On the bottom of the base, all it will say is, let's say we sell 100 of these, right? On the bottom of the base, it will say, this Mini Aku Aku mask is limited to 100 pieces, and this is one of those 100 pieces. So it will say 1 of 100 total units. That's what it will say. It will not say nothing. It will definitely say what the total limited numbers are. There is a total limit of the numbers are, right? But the actual number itself will be 1 of 100. It won't say 1/100, 2/100, 3/. It won't say that for someone who has not bought a Crash beforehand. If you have bought a Crash, as I said, it will say number 3, but it won't say 3/100. It will just say product identifier number 3 or something towards those effect, which would be the same as your Crash. Does that make sense? Is there any questions about that? I'll let you digest that first. It's kind of complicated, and whoopsies, we skipped it on that part because I think I explained it much better in the documentary. And for those who were like, there was someone who was like, oh, why are you like showing this documentary on the stream? You should it should be, what's the word? Optional. Well, let me just say, we're just saying it anyways. If you're on the stream, we would be talking about it, and we'll just be repeating ourselves. So the logic about, oh, why are you showing that video? Because, well, the answer is, we would be doing it anyways by just talking about it. So what's the point of doing it twice? So he's saying that if you have the number 3 in the line and you skip the companion in the next line, you still have number 3. If you validate, if you choose to get a companion piece or DLC, it's comparing, and you get number 3, you haven't bought the first line, you won't be guaranteed number 3 in the next line. And if you get number 3, you haven't bought. No, you don't get number 3 if you haven't if you haven't bought the main one, Ian. There is no number 3. You will have no number. There will be no number on the base. There is only a number. Okay, let's just reiterate this again. All bases will say 1 of 100. 1 of 100 pieces, not 1/100. It'll be 1 of 100 pieces. If you have a Praise the Sun edition, go and have a look at how that's done, because it's kind of similar. We say the total number of Praise the Suns is 340 pieces, right? For example, and it's very possible on the base it says 720 or something, right? Because it was a companion jolly combo, whatever it would be.
Yeah.
That's what it would be over there. So if you have not purchased a Crash and you purchase a Mini Aku, there will be no number, 0. For those that have bought a Crash and you're buying a Mini Aku, you'll get the same number, assuming as you validated your Crash. Otherwise, you don't know what number you have. There you go. Hopefully that makes sense for you. I assume the combo packs will both match the same numbers as Crash X. That's correct, Brenton. Again, the same logic applies. If you buy a combo pack, you have, let's say, number 3 of Crash, and you get the combo pack of the Mini Akus. Both at the bottom of the bases will say 1 of 100, and maybe the Goldens will be 1 of 50, right? 1 of a total number of 50 pieces made. And on there, we'll see somewhere there'll be a location. Maybe it's just this own little section. We just write 1, or number 1, or number 3, or whatever. Like, the hash symbol number 3 for both of them. That's probably how it would be done. Why not give them random unused numbers, Fobney? The answer for that is because then it will be confusing, that they think they have the rights to the number afterwards, if that makes sense. They feel like they have the right to the one afterwards, which will be Neocortex. So I just want to make it really, really easy and straightforward. All this over a number, madness. Hey, some people like it, others don't, and that's cool. Whatever floats your boat. We're just there to accommodate those who do like it. Cool. Any more questions at all? If not, we're just going to run you a quick hype video and we'll see you on the other side. Crash, the entire Crash line looking really, really sweet there. Yeah. Really, really sweet. So hopefully you like what you see there, guys, and that this is something that you might be interested in. Chocks, over to you.
Alright guys, so thanks for checking out the videos. Don't worry guys, if you missed out the videos, they will be posted on the main page, website, the Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Alright, so...
Oh, that's a good question. Do the companion pieces still apply to the 1K ES? I guess so. I guess so. I haven't really thought about that.
I believe so, yeah. So that should still apply. But anyway, let's okay. Yeah, so guys, so the pre-order will start tonight once the stream ends. And then next Friday will be the validation. So the validation is the 26th of April. The pre-orders, as always, will be from counting on from the validation. So the pre-order will be from 19th of April to 24th of May.
So it's quite interesting that actually the validation part doesn't actually have much impact on the number at all, because at the end of the day, even if you got the first number in time, it doesn't actually mean anything.
The validation, for this one, for the validation,
It's for the day.
It's for the day one.
For the signature edition.
Yes, it's for the signature edition, for the day one bonuses. You know, the extra reward points.
Yeah, that's mainly what it's for.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, I still have to explain it.
You know, I'm just saying. Yeah.
All right. I don't want people confused. All right. So, guys, if you do just pick up this without previously purchasing the Crash, even though you don't have a number on that one, you can still apply for this signature edition. So validation applies to everyone. That's right. It's separate to the numbering system. So if you come back next Friday and validate your Crash only, your mini Aku Aku mask only, you still have the chance for the extra reward points, the extra signature card, and the extra sticker as well. All right. So
if it doesn't sell well, it will be considered a failure and cancelled. Well, obviously, anything's like that. That goes without saying, right?
All right, guys. So the payment plans for this, again, there will be a 12-month flexi payment plan. The NRD on this is 10%. If you guys have been following, the pricing should be the same as what was shown at Gamescom. But if you don't know about it, the standard version, which is exactly what you see here, with no LED lights, that is $214.99 US.
So if it's a 10% deposit, yeah,
10%
on a 1-year plan, that basically is around about $16 a month.
All right, for the standard edition. For the exclusive, which is exactly the same as what you see here, but with the inclusion of the LEDs, you can see here on the stream. I'm just pressing that now. That is also at $214.99. So again, $16. If you're on a 12-month payment plan.
After you paid your deposit.
All right, guys. So don't worry about it. If you miss all this information, everything's mentioned on the FAQ. We'll post that after the stream. All right, for the golden Aku Aku mask, the mini one, that's $214.99. Again, same price across the board. And if you want the combo companion edition, which includes the exclusive and the golden mini Aku Aku mask, that comes to $399.99 US.
Which is $30 a month if you go on the 12-month payment plan, assuming that you pay. Well, not assuming. After you pay the 10% deposit,
that's
non-refundable deposit.
All right, guys. So that is pretty much all the information there. Let's double check what else. I believe should be.
Fayen actually ordered Crash because he likes to see them side by side, and that's the whole point of the DLC companion piece. They look amazing together. Now imagine that concept once you have. This is what I'm thinking. When you have Alucard and then you have familiars next to him, that could be cool. These are the potential for sort of these little smaller DLC style companion pieces. I think it's quite a nice little FRF experiment that we're doing, and quite enjoy how it's going down.
Right, guys, for the shipping costs, for the standard companion, the exclusive companion, and the mini golden Aku Aku mask, the companion pieces, they, for Zone 1 US, that will be $35 US. For Zone 2, which is EU, that will also be $35. For Canada, that's $55. For Australia, that's $75. And for Zones 3, 4, 5, for example, like Mexico, Egypt, Israel, Kuwait, those are at $85. So the high end of the shipping cost is $85, and the ones I mentioned, US and EU, they're $35 each, and Canada $55, Australia $75. And for the combo companions, that's pretty much doubling up.
Which makes sense. It's the same thing, and you're just sending them two separate
boxes.
boxes.
If it's 30, if I mentioned 35 before, it will be 70. Yep.
Yep.
So those are doubled. Again, the shipping costs will be on the FAQ as well. And if you do put the item into the basket, you can actually bring up the shipping cost for your region as well.
Right.
Yeah. And guys, remember, we do have 5 warehouses: US, Canada, EU, which is Slovakia, UK, and China as well. So all the custom fees and tax and all that is all part of the shipping costs.
Assuming it's in the local warehouse, alright?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. So, any questions, guys?
Any questions, guys? Is there anything that you need to see? I'd like to hear also what you think about it. I know maybe you prefer the sort of the way that we kind of do things ad lib, ad hoc when it comes to the documentaries, normally doing them on the stream. And I appreciate what you're saying, but I felt like it was kind of like we were just doing the same thing twice. And there's only so many times I can have Chockles break Meta Ridley before enough is enough. What is it saying? I'd love to see a pack with both masks for $2.99 with one base, to be clear. What, you just keep swapping them around or something? Like you swap them on? Interesting. Nice one, Kelly Cruz. In the next few months, I will receive a couple of statues from you guys, and I'm excited. The space in my apartment is crying, though. Well, this is a really great sort of size, and when we start doing more 1/6 scale stuff, it's coming. It won't be as painful, and that's the problem. I think space has been, it's been so long of 1/4 scale sizes that people have really got to the point where it's an opportunity cost, where in order to fit another 1/4, they have to sell another one. Send one in the collection. Justin, are there any licenses that you personally want? Yep, I would love to get some Final Fantasy VII. Some Pokemon would be some amazing stuff right there. I'd rather you just show the document. I don't want to hear it twice either. Right. Is it? If anything, I just wouldn't put it on the stream. Just do the hype video on the stream and then take questions live. Isn't that what we do anyways?
Brenton, the combo pack will be 2 separate boxes.
I liked it before when we had to watch the documentaries to see what the X was. It was simple and short. I prefer it when you did it like before, when you had to watch the documentaries to see what the X was. It was simple. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you have minimal spaces getting, or yeah, totally agree. So 1/4 is definitely going to be, you know, we're already committed to 1/4 in certain lines, but when new lines come along, I just really focus on whether or not this should be a 1/4 or 1/6, and mainly I'm like leaning to 1/6. Not always. Much appreciated, Kenneth. I appreciate the support. How long have I been saying this? 1/6 is the best for space with 1/4 is the centerpiece. Interesting, Mr. Bookbinder. But then again, you are the lawyer here, right? Over to you, Chocks, for the one on YouTube.
What's the name?
You can't read it.
I can't read it. It's too tiny.
Let me turn this up here. If I do that. There you go.
I still can't read it. Skill Gym. Is there any more Sega statues in the works? I personally would love to see Ooh La La from Space Channel 5, especially with the new game in the series releasing soon. Well, it's a VR. It's a VR game. Yep, there is a VR update on that. But I believe did we do a TT on Space Channel 5? I'm sure we did. Yes, we did. Hey, Skill Gym, make sure you're in the club. We did a TT for Ooh La La back in December 29th, 2016. That is currently on 481 votes. 145 says yes, 336 says no. So, you know, we are big Sega fans in here. So, you know, we do Sonics, we've done Shenmue, we've even done a couple of polls asking if you guys want more Shenmue stuff. We've done a couple polls for like Ica, Riala, Yakuza. So, come into the club, rally the fans for Space Channel 5. I'm a big fan of Space Channel 5 as well. So I really enjoyed that game. And it's nice to see there's still support for that game.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it'd be quite cool to have some merchandise for that. I know there's not many out there.
Indeedy. Rando wants to know about Mega Man Zero. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to start working on the posts. Start all over again.
And we did Virtual Fighter back in the day. Yeah.
Aye. Yes,
Beats
we did.
as well from Jet Set Radio.
Representing. Representing. Is having PVC looking good for May pre-orders? Kimberly asks. Yeah, I think so. Last I checked. I just want to see the picture of the figure side by side, like in the video. Also, yeah, don't worry. Right after the stream, there is a picture that CHOCKS was done in 3D.
Yeah, I'll post that onto the main page.
Yeah, and then
post it into the stories as well, and then I'll share that into the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, Skill's got them all. He's got all the Sega statues.
Oh, nice. So he's a Sega fan. I like it.
Post it in the club. Post your collection into the club.
Yeah. That's cool. All right then, CHOCKS. So, this is all going live in the next 15-20 minutes. Is that right then? We've got Lorenzo waiting to flip the switch.
I hope so.
Etc. Etc. And you can share this. There is a what is the word? A refer a friend thing, which you get some bonus points. Has anyone actually done that and actually gotten bonus points since we've put that into place? Be quite interesting about how that's, if there's people are using it or not. Popney, that's interesting. You never display both at once. Is it because there aren't both of them in the game? There's only once. It's interesting. No need for two bases. There's no plans for this one, but I appreciate that thought process. Maybe in the future. Alrighty. We're good to go then?
Well, IT is.
Well, sure, fine. Alright guys, we're going to be wrapping this up in the next couple of minutes. Just want to say, of course, thank you so much for joining us in all things Mini Aku Aku today, and obviously just being around and hanging out with us this Friday. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. The stream, we can't do it without your support, of course, as always. Now, we will be back again, of course, next week with the validation of Friday. Validation for Mini Aku. Again, it's not for numbers, but it is for snagging them signature editions, extra bonus points, signature card, and all the other goodness. CHOCKS, is anything you want to add in terms of shout outs and goodbyes and that sort of stuff?
No, so just make sure to check out the main Facebook page. We will post the FAQ there explaining everything about pre-orders and validation. And then shortly after that, there will be the main post which highlights pretty much everything about the Mini Aku Aku mask. And then, just keep on rallying the Crash fans. So if you have anything that you want to see next in the Crash series, come into the club and hype about it for the next 2 weeks, I believe, right?
That's right.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So, we'll be busy in the club right after the stream, posting everything Crash Mini Aku Aku mask related. So, jump into the club, guys. Let us know what you think. Tell us which version you're going to get. And, Neo Cortex, guys.
It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great. Alright, CHOCKS, that's another one done, right?
Cool.
As always, guys, thank you so much. It has been Friday Q&A with CHOCKS in a 115. We hope you have a great Good Friday. Have a great day. Have a great day, America. Have a great evening, EU. You should be sleeping. Asia and Australia most. For sure, absolutely should be sleeping. As always, guys, thank you so much. I'm your host, Alex.
I'm CHOCKS.
FRF is love.
FRF is life.
I will see you on the next one. Peace.
Laters.